I am almost here. I'm just running a little bit late. I'm alive, I'm here. Hi, Erland. Hi, WJ. Would you ever paint Battletech minis? Maybe one day. Oh, I don't really know much about Battletech. I know some people have gotten really into it, but I've got too much Warhammer already. And I just bought more. I finally couldn't fight for your love for Tau and for mechas. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Night Parade. Hi, Tactic Ronin. How you doing? Oh, wait. Tacit Ronin? Battletech, you can paint anything you like and call it your own merc group. Nice! I mean, in Warhammer, you can do similar stuff. You can paint your space marines whatever colour you want and call it your own chapter. You can paint your guardsmen whatever you like and call it your own guardsman regiment. Oh. But how is everyone doing? What did Anthony say? She's gonna struggle. I drank all her reserves. No, you didn't. I've got like 60 cans right here that are all full. I mean, I did have to go into my actual reserves because I suddenly had just less cola in my cola bunker than normal. Well, that's just my daily cola. The cola bunker's not my reserve cola. It's like, if you ever wondered why the sea is so deep and what's at the bottom of the sea, it's my reserve cola. Hi, Even ID, how you doing? Oh, there we go. Release the cola.
Release the cola cupcon.
Look, if I released the cola, the entire world would be drowned. There's no saving it. I'm doing you all a favor. Oh, goodness. Sip of cola. Sip of cola. Where are we doing? Where are we going? We're going here. We're going here. Hi. Ah, hello. Oh my gosh. Glue. That's all glue. Super glue it is. Oh, and yeah, I'm getting like, I need to get new gloves because like I'm getting bits of like glue, plastic glue, super. No, the super, that actually might be plastic glue because it doesn't feel rough, but it does discolor the fabric. Where the super glue makes it all rough and terrible, and so it sometimes makes extra holes in here. I need to get new gloves. I'm running out of gloves. The Mariana Trench is just where she stores her cola. It used to be shallower, but the sheer mass of cola tripled its depth. I had to also dig a lot out, you know. There's a bunch of just random life forms I've never heard of there, so I don't think anyone's going to miss them to just so I could put my cola there. Oh gosh. You're doing okay. I've unfortunately missed a few streams lately. Don't worry about it. I hope you're having a good time. I've also missed a few streams. Oh my gosh. Today I've been super tired. Have you like I went to sleep at a decent time last night. Why am I crying? Why am I crying? Stop crying. Soon it's going to be topside and become an island. Yeah. I mean, slowly, ever so slowly, the Mariana Trench is becoming less and less steep as I just fill it with more and more cola. But it's very difficult to do that as I'm drinking more cola than, you know, I'm putting into the reserves. No, son, we're not winning. We're not winning. Hi, Talan. Came in just for the lie of the stream. Classic. What lie? What lie of the stream? Also, look at Delicto. Rawr, he still needs to be finished painting. Oh, but yeah, last night I went to sleep at a surprisingly decent time. She's sending me memes. I woke up. That's the thing. I woke up at like 4 a.m. my time, which is like 5 a.m. your time. And then I was struggling to get back to sleep. So I was like, you know what? You know what? I'm just gonna look at memes. But then I did get back to sleep. Like a few minutes after that, I was like, oh gosh, I'm exhausted again. I'm going back to sleep. I'm going back to sleep. Oh gosh, there's more Terminators still in here than I thought. I thought we're down to just 5 Terminators in this box. No, there's like 15 Terminators in this box. 5, 10 Assault Terminators. Yeah, 10 Assault Terminators. And 5 normal Terminators. Okay, we're trying to get 10 Assault Terminators done today. That should be achievable. She woke up to send me a meme. How considerate. No, I didn't wake up to send you a meme. I woke up because my tummy went all painy-wainy on me. And then I went and was like, so I was just looking at memes. I thought, ha, hilarious. And then I sent a bunch of memes to people. But what did I do? Oh yeah, then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up at a decent time. And then I went back to sleep. And then I woke up at a decent time again. Bought some Warhammer. Went back to sleep. I didn't want to go back to sleep at that point. I was like, I need to get a shower. I need to do a bunch of stuff. And then I woke up at like 12. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And then I fell back asleep again. I didn't want to. I didn't mean to. And then I woke up at 2. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I need to move. But I'm so exhausted still. Yeah, basically, I just keep waking up for a few minutes, getting like a small thing done, and then going back to sleep again. Maybe yesterday's stream just took too much out of me. Oh, 52, yeah, okay. Okay, we got this. How many of those drills minis you got, by the way, for one that comes with a Terminator? Drills? Drills? There's no drills with the Terminators. Do you mean the homing beacon? We got a homing beacon. The homing beacon. That's a homing beacon. We got, I don't know. Okay, wait. Building 102 minis. How many Terminators are there? For 60, that box, that would be 60, will be 12. And then we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 16. Then we've got them and 2 of them. About 19? About 19, I'm guessing. Make a picture of all of them together and caption it, my new chud army of minis whom I hate. It would go triple platinum on Reddit. What do you mean, chud? No, we love them. We love them. The homing beacons. Homer beacon. It's about to crash into a planet. Home. Home beacon. It's going to crush everything. It's going to teleport the terminators in. Without my homing beacons. The terminate, you know. I'm going to change this. It feels like on the wrong hands. But yeah, I went to sleep at like 11ish. Actually, maybe more like midnight-ish. Well, that's decent for me recently. I've not been sleeping well. There we go. I feel happier now. Yeah, it's on the underside now, all of the stains. Because that's how you get all the stains on your gloves. When you're holding your minis and you get glue all over them. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Calling them Chudsons is important for the algorithm. No! They're my daughters. My beautiful, beautiful daughters of Cain. If that's what they call them, right, isn't it? Is that the light on? It is on. The light is on. The light's on, but no one's home. Oh, I just broke it. No! It folds. I found out airbending is a real thing. Do you know Avatar The Last Airbender? Yeah. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, I was Googling airbending and it just brought up a whole load of, metal. Folding metal. And it's like, it's called airbending. I'm like, what? When did that happen? Has that always been a thing? Oh. Air bending. We bend the air. Okay, here's some cool things. Here's some cool things. It's been too long since we last built a Terminator. My mind is blank on them. Okay. Okay, we got a bunch of capes. Very nice. We've got some Terminator heads. Very nice. We've got some loincloths. Some shoulder pads. Some more loincloths of a different style. Nice, 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 nice. You have been lied to on the internet. No, for loads and loads of things. Just Google uses of airbending. Airbending is a Magic the Gathering keyword. No. Magic the Gathering is not real to learn. And nothing you can say will convince me otherwise. Google how to build a bomb on google.com. No. Google lies about that. If you really want to know, it's... Wait. If you really want to know, you can do it by... Oh, no. Oh, gosh. All you need is some saltpeter. All you need is some sulfur. Get some stuff like that. So sad Conjuror died in that air balloon accident. Oh gosh. She never liked air balloons.
Thanks, Cupcake, for the stream. Have a wonderful day. Even though it was so short.
No, it's not over yet. It was just a joke. It's just a joke. You wouldn't know what a joke was, even if it hit you in the face at Mark 3. Why would a joke be going Mach 3? That's not the point of what I said. I mean, it should be. It's a very silly thing to say. You don't need a McPhee thing. In fact, how is a joke even going to hit you in the face unless it's like a slapstick joke? In which case, I mean, if it actually hit you in the face, it's not very funny anymore. And the point to slapstick is that no one's actually getting hurt. It's all just make-believe and silliness. You know the characters are going to be okay. Is it? Oh, what? No. No logic! My one weakness. There we go. Just in her room, then an air balloon smashed through the roof. So sad, no way to avoid it. How would an air balloon smash through my... That must be one heavy balloon. Like I live in Britain. Everything's made from reinforced bunker concrete. Yeah, do you mean these things? A homing beacon. It's a homing beacon. It's shot from space. And it goes... And... And then the terminators go... We are here. I don't have a terminator here. It's fine. Yeah, it looks like... It's not a drill. It only looks like a drill because it kind of drilled into the ground. But that's more because it was shot from space. It goes... Actually, I don't know if they do shoot him from... I imagine they do shoot down from space. But for all I know, Space Marine could, like, secretly just plant it in the ground. This is a very terrible drill designed if it was a drill. My... I don't know what that says. I can't read things. Okay. Okay, now. We got Mr. Terminator Man. He's a Terminator Man and he's smashing your nun. He's a Terminator, he's crushing everyone. He's a Terminator, he's smashing everyone. Okay, 6 goes with another piece. We need the knife. Because this is very difficult to get rid of with the clippers. Oh, yeah. I like these assault terminators. Guys, what is everyone's favourite terminator? Okay, so 7 has a cool thing on, so we'll go with 7. We'll go with number 7. Oh. Oh, it fits. It's been a while since I built any other Terminators, so... I forgot. Oh, did anyone get any Warhammer today? Did anyone go to the Warhammer store? I did get some more Warhammer. The stealth battle suits were like... They were too tempting. I fell to temptation. I fell to temptation. Again. Slanesh was just whispering sweet nothings in my ears going, buy the stealth battle suits. No one can stop you. They won't just sit there. They'll get built, they'll get painted, they'll build and paint themselves. It'll be amazing. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. Yeah, you built like 80. Where's the muscle? Look, I've got ADHD. Apparently we don't get muscle memory. Seriously, apparently that's like a thing. That's actually one of the things. I do have some muscle memory, but it goes away very quickly. And there's like another thing where I have what is the thing that happened? I forgot. I forgot about to come to get super glue again. Sad. Something about muscle memory. Oh yeah, do you know like people get into routines? And then once you're in a routine, it's easy to keep that routine. Yeah, I've never had that thing. It's like, I've just been like going to school, uni, work, whatever. I'm like, eventually one day I'll get used to this routine. And I'll be able to keep it up relatively effortlessly, like people say you can. No, never happened. Never happened. Every single day is a gargantuan effort to keep to that routine. It's like, what? What? I haven't bought any recently, but I want to try building a vehicle, so I might get a tank or a dreadnought. Oh! What? Wait, which one are you thinking about getting? I recommend the Repulsor or Impulsor for pretty fun builds. Gladiator is also really fun to build. I've not built any of the other dreadnoughts and stuff like that yet, so I can't comment on them. Human nature slides off Cupcake like a salami off a wall. Well, I'm a cupcake. I've got cupcake nature. And what do you mean a salami off a wall? Don't salamis stick to walls? Like if you throw a piece of meat at a wall, it kind of just gets stuck there forever. And then it grows into a new... Oh my gosh. So I had a dream last night. One of my dreams. That's the issue when I was asleep. I had one of those super active and kind of stressful dreams, and were just like non-stop last night. But one of them was about zombies, and like how was an exclusion zone, and like for all the zombies are being kept there in this exclusion zone, and for like expeditions to go and they'll fight against the zombies and try eliminate as much as they can and keep the exclusion zone up, because it's very hard otherwise. And one of the issues with these zombies is that when you killed them and stuff, or like if you cut one in half, the pieces would just like grow these new spiky mini limbs and they'll just crawl to you. It's like you cut one of her hands off. There you go. We're back. We're back. Hi. You like the look of a Brutalis Dread? Oh, I built the Brutalis Dreadnought. Yeah, that's a pretty fun build. That's a pretty fun build. For Predator, it's an old kit. The mode is showing wear and tear now. I'm gonna just change some of the settings on my camera. Just give me a moment. Cancel. Video capture device, configure video. Let's increase the gamma a little bit and lower this and increase the brightness a bit. There we go. There you go. That looks a bit better. Yeah. Yeah, the Predator kit's a bit old and it's showing its age now. That's the main thing I'll say about that one. Where's my hand? There we go. There's the hand. You can, I mean, there's also issues of like gaps and stuff on the model. And those issues are a bit significant. I definitely recommend like the Gladiator over it for like a first time building a vehicle. Because it's much better. Like to build. Brutalis is pretty fun. Although it's definitely a bit more of an experty build. Although that being said, you won't become an expert without trying your hand at these things. Ow. Darn it. Just stabbed my thumb. That's why you don't. That's why you don't go that way. You always go away from yourself. There you go. No, it's harder to get through with it that way. There we go. Were the last 100 Terminators painted? Technically, we're still on those 102 Terminators because I had to skip a couple of streams because I was ill. And then I tried avoiding hand cams. So we're still there. We've got... How many do we have left to build? We've got 15 in this box and 50... We got 30 left to build of 102 Terminators. 30 left. That's a lot of Terminators. That fits now. I've not painted a single Terminator, no. Once we've built these, we'll ignore painting for Terminators forever, so don't worry about it. Oh, gosh. I'll take a look at the Gladiator, yeah. You've also got the Horus Heresy versions of a Predator and Rhino, which is a modern kit. I don't really like the look of them compared to the modern Predator. Compared to the 40k Predator. But it is good. It's got a lot less issues with it since it's a much newer build kit. There we go. And that being said, if you really want a Predator or the Brutalis, I'd definitely get one. And there's definitely no harm doing so. Just like a child in CK3 for Terminators are neglected after being built. Yes. Yes. Over neglected in CK3. I tried doing some of her like stuff off stream. Like yesterday, we were just in an issue where the last part of the stream we're just waiting for the character to die because she was that close to death. And well, so I was like, okay, I'll just get to like to finish off. But neglected became an adventurer. Apparently, his own like subjects didn't care for, and his own children actually. His own children didn't care for him. They started a claymore on his title, one of his kids, and like kicked him off the kingdom we gave him. And now he's just an adventurer. Oh, it's like he truly is the neglected one. That being said, he does have a claim on our throne. And as an adventurer, he can become pretty powerful. C in Cupcake stands for child neglect. It's true, it's true. But her child wasn't unwanted from the start, so... No, don't worry, the Terminators aren't unwanted. I want to get them all built, but there's a few other painting projects I want to get done first. I mean, I want to get these lictors finished painting, which we're quite close to. I just need to... I need to find the energy and time to do things off stream. That's my big issue at the moment. There we go. Hello, Clyde. How you doing? I want a couple of the shoulder pads. Yep. And... Yep. So let's get this on. Can we attach this to like there? We can. Yeah, or if the projects I want to get built at the moment, painted. I want to finish off the lictors, obviously. That will take a little while. But that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. But first, I want to get these 20... I want to experiment with my Templar scheme, and there's about 26 space means I've got undercoated up. I want to get painted. Hopefully the scheme will be pretty quick. The... next thing I want to do is... I've also got to finish these mastodons. I want to get a big paintbrush and just paint over the issues that I've currently got on the mastodons. And then paint them. And then once I've figured that out, I want to get the Titan painted. Because people have been wanting me to paint the Titan. So I just need to figure out how to get the undercoating stuff to work so I can get big parts of it done first. I want fish. Next. Gosh, this cable. So, I was having an audio issue then. I apologize. Rawr! Get ready to smash. No, I don't look cool. If I lift it up. Get ready to get smashed. Yeah, boy. That looks pretty cool. That's okay. Oh, that looks cooler. He may be Freezer, but I'm cooler. Oh, TFG. TFG? TFG? Why it's not called TFG? TFB said. Or D said. No, TFS. TFS. DB said. That's it. Team 4-star. Dragon Ball said. My mind's not working today. I apologize. I am a sleepy little cupcake. I am super sleepy. I am so sleepy. I could sleep for 60 years. I went to sleep and woke up. There were cars flying through the sky. I had slept for 60 years. And for some reason they let drunk driving take off. There we go. That's a real reason we wouldn't get flying cars. Because people be like, what if drunk drivers had a flying car? They're like, yeah, that's a big issue. Oh, now that's a nice cape. Oh yeah, my dream. I was talking about my dream. What did I do in my dream? Oh yeah. So these zombies, but what happens is like if you cut one of the hands off, the hands would become like its own creature, and like these claws would grow from the stump and like a mouth and stuff, and it will start attacking you. And as a result, it made the zombies really difficult to like deal with to any significant level. Now that is a Black Templar sword weapon Terminator. But that being said, through fire and acid, you know, they were dealing with the zombies. They were making these exclusion zones. But then every so often you just had like an idiot ruin it all. Whether it be one of the soldiers who are meant to be dealing with the exclusion zone gets a bit too arrogant. Oh, do you know some people going, you know, I can deal with the zombies. I'm going to like become famous for fighting zombies or whatever. And because, you know, they could just like, they're super hard to deal with. Wait. Are they meant to be Thunderhammer ones? Let me just check. I hope I'm building Thunderhammer ones. Yep, I checked on Thunderhammer ones. There we go. So, my day's been going okay. Other than I've just been sleeping all day by accident, not on purpose. I'm like, what could that stream be about? What is a dream analysis for zombies that just won't die? They just won't quit. They just won't quit. And they just keep coming for you. It's not like I'd even watched any zombie stuff recently. Oh, I'd been thinking about a zombie thing. Like, you know, Project Zomboid. I keep thinking I want to go back and play Project Zomboid, but then it's just remember, it's like, I don't know. There's probably actually a bunch of the mods probably are back working again. I want to play Project Zomboid. But there's two issues I don't like about it. One is the UI. Well, three main issues. One is the UI. It's quite messy and clunky, especially for a game where you can't pause it. The second issue is you can't really see ahead of you. And in a game where it pays to pay attention to your surroundings and stuff and know what's around you, having such a limited vision is not that good. Also makes wanting to drive a car, you know, a bit dangerous because you can't actually see what's ahead of you very well when you're driving cars. You're doing fine. You got back from work. Nice. I hope your work's been going well. There we go. Oh, clipping onto pieces. That's cool. Project Zomboid is made by a single sick Victoria. Actually, it's not. It's got a team of It's got a team of people working on it. But the last thing is, I struggle, and this is a thing that's really struggles with me. It's one of those games that has a lot of realism in it, but at the same time, also like wants gameplay. And it's like, it feels like realism is okay when it makes it harder, but realism that makes it easier is not allowed, it feels like. Which a lot of games feel like that. Like RimWorld kind of does that a bit. You got some realism in it, but there's not a lot of realism. Not to the same level that Project Zomboid does it. So that's why I don't like mind RimWorld being a bit silly with how things go. But that's also because the setting of RimWorld is itself fantasy. Sci-fi fantasy, but still fantasy. For real, on God. Every time we complain about the game, a pillow is taken away from his bed while he's sleeping. The Victorian-era child has pillows. What kind of Victorian-era child has pillows? Some wealthy kid. Some wealthy, spoiled, rotten kid got pillows. all of them. Did you see the arts? Now that's just for wealthy, affluent kids. Most kids didn't have pillows. Although I got 4 pillows. Actually, I got 6, 7, 8, 9 pillows in my bedroom. 2 of them are anime pillows. They're from, one of them's got Chica from, what's it called? Love is War. The other one has Kaguya from Love is War. And, but I got a pillow with a penguin on it and a pillow with a cat on it. And then I've got just 4 normal bed pillows. And then I got a Blahard, that's basically just a big shark. Blahai. Which is basically just a big old blue shark pillow. And then I've got, what else do I've got? I've got this Kenji, do you know this giant boba tea? Teddy, that's like a pillow, and a giant Stitch, still from Lilo and Stitch. Does Project Zomboid have character respawn? No, it doesn't. When I watch people play, it seems like a light breeze can end your character. If you die, you can make a new character, but the character start from scratch again. You can spawn into the world, and you can at least have like access to all of your old gear and stuff, or anything that wasn't on your person. Although if you do find a zombie body, which can be quite difficult, you can just use it. But yeah, your character does die a bit too easily in Project Zomboid. Like, I saw someone walk through a bush. Not even walk through a bush. They just were walking around a bush, but that kind of moved into it while they're walking past. And the character got so many scratches on them that they couldn't bandage them up in time and they died. And it's like, what the heck? That's not how scratches work. I do kind of like the entire thing, but I think there's a few things I'd want from the gameplay. I want your character to be less fragile. Maybe the other thing I don't like about Project Zomboid of Build 42, but this is where mods can come in, is it's a bit too hard to skill up your character now. It requires a lot of grinding, and I just don't find grinding fun in games. It can be fun to some extent, but when you're literally having to take apart an entire small town to get to learn how to make a radio or to a table or something, it's it is a bit ridiculous. It's spawned on the same map, but time continues, so facilities like electricity start breaking. Yeah. Now, that's a cool thing. I do find that fun. And you can make your own electricity and stuff and set your facilities up yourself. And that's really nice. And especially Build 42 brought more stuff like that on. But it's just that entire fragility of your character. How aware you need... You got an incredibly fragile character, but no respawning. So it's very unforgiving, but at the same time, you're extremely fragile. Like unrealistically fragile. Your second thing is you need to be extremely aware of your surroundings, but you have such a limited view of your surroundings due to it being this weird top-down sort of thing. I have actually been thinking maybe I'm going to just like boot up Fallout 4 again and just put on one of the zombie mods and, you know, a survival mod. I think that might be really cool. Hi, TA, by the way. That's the thing with Project Zomboid. It's a really cool game. And it makes me really want to play it. But at the same time, it just feels like one of those games where it's... What I kind of want from it and what it is to not very in line with one another. Which is a bit my own fault there. But that's where mods and stuff come along. Yeah, I've been thinking about playing like Fallout 4 booting up, putting one of the zombie mods and survival mods into it, and just doing a Project Zomboid run, but first person. I do enjoy my first person games. Because Fallout 4 has a lot of those things. You can build settlements and stuff like that. You can get your electricity and your water online. You can get food. You can have NPCs help you and stuff and set up small towns. You can build weapons. And you can modify your weapons. Project Zomboid is a true story. If it took inspiration from my cousin Ivan, who spent 3 weeks breaking chairs, building fences, and built himself a castle in a wooded outskirts in Sibiu. Sibiu? Sibiu! Sibiu! Sibui! It's very fun with co-op. Yeah, it looks like it would be fun with co-op. I've also seen those NPC mods and they look pretty fun if a bit broken. Because when you got NPCs with guns that would just attack you. I have also seen people, it's like when they played the game with, you know, the gun with NPCs on. And they're suddenly getting shot and they can't see the person shooting at them because, you know, the NPCs actually have, you know, a proper line of sight. It's like, yeah, that does not sound fun. I can see why they might have, you know, not wanted to put that in. I feel like DayZ would be sort of up Cup's alley if it wasn't a PV. Yeah, I did look at that and was like, oh, this is like a lot of what 7 Days to Die could have been and kind of was at first. But then it's like, oh, it's all PvP. Yeah. Took 45. And now Project Zomboid is actually kind of inspired by real life. Like it's based on a real town and stuff and what like government responses would be in these sort of crises. Which is interesting. Took 45 armed police officers, 6 police dogs, and 1 war elephant to stop him. What took him out to the end was if he got the oven on and slowly overheated. Oh, it doesn't sound fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, Fallout 4, it has like food, sleeping mechanics, all of those sort of things in. That's actually one of the things I think that makes Skyrim and Fallout such fun games. You know, in terms of like modability and stuff. Is that as a base game, they just have so much stuff in to try and make the world feel alive. Like, you have farms, you have settlements, you have a large variety of food options. Large varieties of NPCs and everything like that. And while the games themselves aren't necessarily like survival focused or anything, it's not very hard to turn them into... And also you got things like diseases and stuff. And again, while none of them are significant, all it takes is like a quick mod and for very moddable games. I think that's what helps make these games feel so good. And like last for so long. That they're basically living, breathing worlds or have a lot of fundamental parts to become a living, breathing world. Hello, iOS. I'm not a cat. Also, we might soon be getting cool cupcakes. Fallout 5 will be just as bad as Fallout 4 was. And just like it happens every time, after some time expectations will lower. Fallout 4. I wouldn't say Fallout 4 was a bad game. In fact, as far as the Bethesda game goes, I think Fallout 4 is really good. It did arrive broken or bugs, but at least it wasn't as broken as like Fallout New Vegas was. At least you can get updates to fix it, unlike Fallout New Vegas. But the thing is that I think helped Fallout 4 for me is that the world is a lot more densely packed than things like Skyrim, Fallout 3 and stuff were. Also, I really like... A lot of people complained about the settlement building mechanic, but that really just resonated with me. I absolutely adore that mechanic. I enjoyed the zombie game, Days Gone. Ooh, I've not heard of that one.
As far as a Bethesda game, what did the rat just say about lowered expectations?
Yeah, lowered expectations. Just give me a moment. Okay, just about fix it. For some reason, Cuptle was only in one ear then for me. Okay, oh, only one of my headphone ears is working at the moment. Oh, that's not good. It's also just really quiet. Oh no. Why is it so quiet? Okay, one of these things is broken, and I'm not sure what it is that is broken. Okay, so Days Gone. You can easily torture Fallout 4 player by making them play Fallout 4 Vanilla. I actually played Fallout 4 Vanilla a lot. I did quite enjoy it. It's not as bad as Skyrim Vanilla, which I don't really enjoy. I played Fallout 4, but I did that with Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and I still couldn't get into the game. I would say Fallout 4 held my attention longer than the other two. Yeah. I think Fallout 4 was a decent game. Like, I mean, it's by a Bethesda game standard. And by Bethesda games, they are fun because they're very moddable. And partly because they are broken. Just let me check something. Sorry about that. Okay, it's not my headphones that are broken, it's something else. Okay, yeah, sorry, it was my speakers. My speakers were plugged in properly. There's something wrong. Because my headphones are plugged into my speakers. There we go. So that was just really irritating me and I couldn't focus after Cuptle spoke and I could only hear him quietly in one ear. Skyrim I can put hours into, Fallout I struggle with. That could just be... Skyrim I did put in more hours than Fallout 4. The main issue I have with Fallout 4 is its story. In which Skyrim, only the Thieves Guild and Companions quest line really had me, you know, quite upset. Actually, if the Mages Guild also wasn't great. None of the quest lines except for Dark Brotherhood are super great. Thieves Guild starts off good, but then it drops off.
Oh, it's a snake. It's a cupcake, frosting.
Oh, wait. Badger, mushroom, badger, mushroom, snake. Oh, it's a snake. At no point would I say any other Fallout games played were bad, but I just never been able to get into them for an extended period of time. I can understand that. Fallout 4 did kind of irk me with its stories and stuff like that. I felt like a lot of it was really lacking in those respects. You can be a good guy in the Nuka World DLC, especially if you join for Minutemen. If you join for Minutemen and like work with them, you can save all the people in the Nuka World, like all the interned people. You can go off and actually save them, and defeat the raiders. There is an option. In typical Bethesda style, all of your options aren't always neatly laid out before you, which I kind of like. Like, there's a bunch of quest lines in Skyrim that people complain about. I'm like, actually, there are other options. It just doesn't tell you can do them. And just because you fail a quest doesn't mean that, you know, that's not a good end of a quest. Not every single quest needs to give you a reward for like doing it a certain way. Like, sure, you want to scroll over a bunch of Daedra? Yeah, fail the quest. And scroll over 2 Daedra at once. The Nuka World forces you to raid your own settlements even if you don't want to. You cannot side against the raiders there. I thought you can. Like, I'm pretty sure I just walked into the raiders and just killed literally every single person there who wasn't one of the interns. I only played it for once when it came out. And then I was just like, okay, I've slaughtered them all. And then there were a bunch of animals there. Maybe that was broken and I wasn't meant to be able to kill everybody. Does anyone know what the correct version of the Nadia quest run is? I just hand it over. There's no correct version. It's meant to be left very open. You don't really know who's telling the truth. You don't know who's lying. And there's no confirmation as far as I'm aware on who is who. It does appear that she is lying though. If you add up all the evidence and stuff that we have, most of it is anecdotal, but it does appear. That being said, we don't know if the Thalmor have actually taken Hammerfell. We get multiple comments about Hammerfell not having yet fallen. But at the same time, Hammerfell could have fallen. We just don't know. The information just could not have reached Skyrim yet. And those Redguard we see chasing after Nadia might be on the side of a Thalmor and being told not to tell anyone that Hammerfell's fallen. So the main guy is an essential NPC, is he? Huh. I thought there was an option just to free everybody. Maybe I just don't know. I only played for Nuka World DLC once because I didn't really care for it. I was really excited for it. It's like Nuka-Cola theme park. Oh my goodness. Right up my avenue. I was kind of disappointed. Actually, I was really weird with the DLC. My favourite DLC was one of the lowest rated ones. It's the Automaton DLC. I absolutely loved it. I loved the mini quest line it had. I loved building my robots. I loved making my new Minutemen army out of purely just robots until all of the robots started breaking because it couldn't save that many of them because I had hundreds. I didn't really like Far Harbor. I felt like it just built onto a lot of the things that I already didn't like about Fallout 4. And like the story and stuff. Have a nuke world was just. People didn't like the DLC because the robots replaced the settlers. That's the fun part of a DLC. Who needs settlers when you got robots? I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. Look. I became the general of the Minutemen. I had giant killer robots doing all of my trade missions. I had giant military robots guarding every single settlement. All the humans, the only jobs that people needed to do were jobs that they wanted to do. They didn't need to farm anymore. They didn't need to fight. They could run the little medical shops and the little shops that they wanted to run. They could live freely if they wanted to. A raider comes along, gets blown up by 60 Gatling guns of robots. People are mad it costs money. Yeah, I liked it though. I thought it was like a fun thing. I can understand why. I mean, that being said, I guess I can kind of understand where a lot of the upset comes from. Because the more I look at it, the more I think it's like, yeah, this is actually just, if they're not like building a whole load of new assets of the DLC, they're just using already assets that existed and a lot of mechanics that already existed in the game to make the DLC. I didn't think about that at the time. I was just like, robots. My main problem is that once you got like over 70 robots or something, once you go far enough away that they unload, or they go far enough away from you that they no longer are in the loads area, older robots might just reset into the very base robot component, and that became just like ruined the entire DLC for me. And it took them a long time to fix that issue. And it's still not even fully fixed now. Because it's the entire issue of the, memory of the game. It's a mod made by the official developers. I enjoyed it though. I don't mind it. To be fair, if you compare something like a Fallout 4 DLC, something like Old World Blues or Monster Hunter World Iceborne, I'd be mad if I paid money for it too. I can't remember how much it cost. I feel like it was one of the cheaper ones. Like Far Harbor and Nuka World are definitely better DLCs in terms of how much content they give you, but they're also much more expensive. So I got the battle pass for whatever it was, so I could just get them all in one go. Season pass, I think it's called. Well, not in one go, but I didn't have to pay for each and every single one individually. I should really give Far Harbor and Nuka World another go. If you really can't side against the raiders in Nuka World, that sounds so stupid. Sounds like anti-freedom pieces to everything else in antithesis to everything else in like the Fallout game, where it's all like moral quandaries and stuff. Well, maybe not moral quandaries, but you know, I get a lot of moral decisions. Do you want to be an evil, terrible person, or do you want to be a good guy? And there's a lot of options to be a good guy in Fallout. There's a lot of options to be a bad guy, but there's a lot of options to be a good guy, and that's important to know. New Vegas DLC are so gem alert though. Some DLCs are actually better than the main game. I have heard that. I just couldn't get into the DLCs. That's partly though because my idea of like what a good DLC for a game is, like of that sort, is that you finish the main game and then you go off and play for DLCs. And then finding out that you're not meant to do that is just... It feels really weird. Like, I can finish a Fallout questline and then go off to Far Harbor and the DLC will scale with me. Or I can go off to Nuka World and the DLC will scale with me and stuff like that. And I'm not cut off from doing those DLCs. Equally, I can do them earlier. And the same goes like Skyrim and stuff like that. And a lot of games. There's a few games where it's not like that. But that being said, the DLC content is like very clear to you. Like on your path to do the main quest, you'll get a fork in the road to go off and do the DLC. And there's like a big basic stamp on it saying, hey, this is DLC content. You don't have to do it. But you can do it. You might also want to just go a bit further on and come back here because it is a bit high level. But you should probably do, but if you won't be able to do this if you finish the game. New Vegas DLCs are chore despite the good story. I didn't get that far into one of the DLCs we did start. Iceborne expansion added a new difficulty level, an actual story, 2 new areas, a 50% increase to a monster roster, revamps to existing monster moves. It was like $20, 20 quid, 20 bob, 20 bob. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, a 20 bob. But, I don't know. Banana Hyphens Falcador. What did the current DLCs do for Warhammer? For Fallout 4? You know, I've got to check. What's the prices of the DLCs for Fallout 4? Steam, come over here. Library. F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Fallout 4. DLC. High resolution texture pack. Season pass, 27 quid for all of the DLCs. Far Harbor was 12 quid. Contraptions was 4 quid. Vortec was 4 quid. Nuka-Cola was 8 quid. Automatron was 8 quid. Automatron. Okay, I can see it being with it being the same price as the Nuka World DLC. I can kind of see that issue there. But it added new missions, a new short story. An overpowered companion. Ability to make your own robot companions. It's not the worst thing. I don't think did the whole Dark Souls life cycle in one DLC? Yeah. What's it called? Skyrim, the Dragonborn DLC adds in Soulstime. Loads and loads of new assets of that. A new quest line. That's quite long. Loads and loads of new quests. New weapons, new armor sets, new enemy types. And it also revisits Soulstime from one of the older games, which is pretty cool. Yeah, 3 new settlements. Actually, no, 4 new settlements, kind of. Yeah. So yeah, that was a really worthwhile DLC. Dawnguard added an entire really cool quest line and a bunch of new enemies and stuff. And the entire Vampire Lord mechanic, which kind of sucked, to be honest. The DLC from Horizon Zero Dawn was in a separate area you could do at any point of the main quest. It actually affected the dialogue of the main game, and some DLC NPC characters would appear later. Oh, that's cool. I know that some of the DLC in Skyrim, depending on what you've done in the main game, can change the dialogue and options within the DLCs. And like what you've done in one DLC can affect another one. But I don't think that they affect the main story. Yeah. Which is fair enough. Okay, let's look. I want 8 of these little things. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And then 8. Zero Dawn looked kind of game I would play. Unfortunately, PlayStation exclusive. It's not. Wait, is Zero Dawn PlayStation exclusive? Steam. Library. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is on Steam. You can play it on PC. I've got it on PC. Yeah. I've not played it yet, but I do have it. This is a 72GB game, and it's just like, okay, I have to put an entire day away just to download it, maybe longer. And that it just takes forever to do that type of stuff. The only exclusive they have nowadays is Bloodborne, and they're holding on to it, like holding it captive like a leech would a princess. A leech. Bloodborne being a PS3 exclusive, yeah. Kingdoms of Amalur is really fun. I need to play for DLCs of that, which I've not done yet. I might play that on the channel.
Cupcakes say our tongue out.
I've not played those games on the... I might play it on the channel one day, Kingdoms of MLR. Last time I played it was when I was in hospital for ages because I got it on the Switch, and oh my gosh, it was bugged up to heckers. It has had new DLC since then, though. There we go. I think I lost the code of Bloodborne. Because Nintendo is coming out of a Bloodborne style game. Maybe. Maybe. Could be a rights issue and all sorts of things. Like with Dragon Ball currently. Can't download Horizon Zero Dawn on my box. It don't exist. No, you don't have it on PC. I checked the current PlayStation exclusives that are not remakes available on PS4. Clear vote. Stellar Blade, Rise of a Ronin. Stellar Blade and Rise of a Ronin. Never heard of either of them. Everyone loves cheeseburgers. Everyone loves them to death. I just realised something. I don't have chat open on my phone. There we go. There we go. No! Why did you do such a thing? I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. I go meow 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 meow. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. I go meow 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 meow. Erland is right. Instructions clear. Turn her into cat. No! No! Bonk. Rise of a Ronin has been released on PC since the list was made. It is. What even is Rise of a Ronin? Why did they spell Rohan wrong? I know it's not meant to be Rohan. Stellar Blade 2 wasn't... What was that game that was released on phone and was just like... It was kind of like a roguelike in a way.
Samurai.
Infinity something. Samurai. Samurai! They have a single exclusive and it's the Aim Trainer. The Aim Trainer. Da da na na. Da da Aim Trainer. Na 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 na. Why am I singing Aim Trainer? Snake Eater. PlayStation actually has no games. LMAO. LMAO. But somehow it's still more popular than Xbox because Microsoft decided to shoot that thing in the head 66 times. PlayStation does nothing right, still wins. Because at least it didn't go as wrong as Xbox. Oh. The last good console was a PlayStation 2. You could say for Xbox 360, but Microsoft destroyed any sort of it retroactively destroyed the reputation of its older games. You know. Okay, let's think. We got 1, 2 of that. And how many heads do we have left? I might as well use another one of these. Xbox CEO. If we shoot ourselves in the foot enough times, we might hit the ground. Why do you want to shoot for ground? Shrug shoulders. Shoots. In turn. She's actually baiting now. It's not working. It's not working. Have you seen the new Xbox? Have you seen the new Xbox? Did you see the Xbox One? Did you see the original Xbox? Actually, I'm just like saying, do you know the new Xbox? I don't even look at consoles. The last console I had was a PlayStation 4 and only so could play Spider-Man. And then later that year, it released on PC, despite them saying it never would.
Keep her yapping. She won't get a Terminator done.
Look, I've got one Terminator done already. Oh, and look, I've got these Terminators being done. By the way, did you see Ubisoft cancelled 6 projects? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Ubisoft sucks. And honestly, I'd rather a lot of the remakes and stuff stay dead than Ubisoft bring them back to life. It's like, no, just Ubisoft die, let somebody else decent buy the rights to those programs from your dying corpse, and let, like, somebody make a good game. It's like, even for good games that they do have still, they ruin it with these stupid launchers and stuff that they have. Like, trying to play, I know, 1800 or whatever it was. I loved the game, but I just quit trying to play it because it was just so infuriating every single time I wanted to load. It's not like the Paradox launcher or the launcher for Warhammer Total War and stuff like that. Those launchers are fine. It helps me organise my mods. But for Ubisoft or launcher, crashing 6 times out of 10... taking forever to load up, requiring you to be online to use the launcher. It's like, you want me to be online with my spotty internet? What the heck are you on about, Ubisoft? What the heck do you want from me? No, I just... Madden, one question. What is your favourite food? Cheeseburger! No, spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese. I love myself some spaghetti bolognese. Not that I can have much. Assassin's Creed Shadow has a season pass for a single player game. Yeah, I think that's not the most uncommon things. Like, CK3 has season passes now. But it's basically, hey, we're going to release a bunch of DLC. You can buy the season pass before they even release to support the development and stuff. And you get a significant discount on them. And you immediately get them into your library. Which is like, it's like pre-ordering for DLC basically in exchange for a discount. And sometimes you get free DLC. That will eventually just be for everybody, but you get a bit earlier. So that's not the most uncommon thing, unfortunately, anymore. Well, that's like games like Paradox and Total War style games do that kind of thing. Where the entire game is like, it's meant to be exist for like a decade at a time. And the DLCs are to support its continuous development through that entire time period and constant updates. But then you get things like Ubisoft where it's like, yeah, we're going to charge like 80 quid for the game. It's going to be pay to win despite being a single player game. And Philippines is Jollibee. You love Jollibee. I have no idea what Jollibee is, but I hope it sounds fun. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a game. That's all the damnation you need. I don't really know about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Season passes are great if a base game and extra content comes out. Day one, pre-orders of season passes. Oh, that's wild. That is wild. I wouldn't be surprised if Paradox started doing that with some of their games, mind you. Because it's Paradox. That's all. The damnation you need there. But we need to build a time machine and go back in time and offer Gabe Newell. Almost everything you hate about video games today came from Valve. Almost everything you love about video games today came from Valve. Season passes? Valve. Battle boxes? Valve. Gambling for children? Valve. Pay to win cosmetics that cost you an arm and a leg. We starting with Conjuror for Slander. I'd rather offer pre-orders, Guy, to be fair. Yeah, I can understand. I don't really care about the pre-orders thing. Pre-order bonuses... They've existed, honestly, since before digital games. It used to be that you could pre-order... It's a bit like doing special editions now. It was kind of like that. Pre-order the game and you'll get this cool little shiny toy with your game. Pre-order the game and you get this or that. It's like, no, they've always existed. Heck, Warhammer does pre-orders for miniatures. That being said, they do show off the miniatures in quite high detail beforehand and stuff, so it's not as bad. But that was I'd argue it was a lot worse back before the digital period. No, we can't see the screen anymore. Because what used to happen with your DLCs, with it, like if you pre-ordered a game and it was broken on release, it was going to be broken forever. Because, I mean, updates and stuff weren't a thing. If you wanted to get the game fixed, you're going to have to buy it again, one of the later re-releases, with which has the bug fixes in, if they even do that. Nowadays, at least if you pre-order a game, there's a good chance you might get the bugs fixes eventually. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but at least there's a chance. It's better than nothing. But yeah, if you're wondering who... Oh, dropping things. Who started a lot of these things? Apparently it was Gabe. Well, maybe not Gabe himself, but it was Valve who came up with a lot of these issues. So yeah. I mean, it was things like EA that took them to their extremes, and Ubisoft and stuff like that. But it wasn't them who invented it. Yeah, back when we had more physical media, nowadays you won't own anything anymore. They just lease it to you. Leasing Warhammer. Are you fed up of having to paint and build your own Warhammer? Well, go to your local Warhammer shop today and rent an army. Already built and painted for you. Do you want to go to the tournament with the best possible army, but know that you need to build it and paint it before the tournament? Don't worry, all of the models you want can be leased from your local Warhammer store. Warhammer. Rent today. GW cannot do that because the alternate proxies low diff them. Not if you want to go to an official tournament. That's what I want. I'm literally on the store, was looking to see if Horizon Zero Dawn was on there. I'm greeted with 2 pre-orders, top page, Horizon 6 and Code Vein 2. Yay, Festival Racer 6 and Anime Souls 2. I have no idea what Code Vein is, but I'm guessing that explains it pretty well. I know what Horizon is. I think I did have Forza, sorry, on one of my games, on one of my consoles. It was actually surprisingly okay, although then I was like, how do I unlock the cars? And then it was like, oh, I pay for them. Well, I'm glad it came free with my console. I've not been a big into racing games though. The closest I ever was when I had the PSP, and it had one of the I think was it Burnout Paradise? I had one of them. I got PSP because I wanted to play Sims, but then I found out the Sims games were not good on for PSP. And instead I had like this Burnout Paradise game on it. I thought it was like fun. I liked building for cars that, you know, look like cars I knew in real life. It brings a unique style to the Soul-like games. Oh, it's a good game. Nice. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying your food, Elma. GW has set up a kill your own play scene machine and called it an official tournament. Yeah, I mean, people had been asking for tournaments for a while, to be fair to Games Workshop. And especially officially run ones and better balancing for the game. And people have got that now. People have got that. And I kind of am glad about that, because there was a long point in history where everything was just so unbalanced. It kind of sucked a lot of the joy from playing at times. Like, it's sure fun playing these broken, unbalanced armies until you just want to have a normal game and, you know, have a chance of winning with the army you like. But at the moment, it's just underpowered. Because, if you did win rates in 6th edition, or like 5th edition or something like that, and probably even worse early on, you'd probably see like some armies would have like an 80% win rate and others would have like a 10-20% win rate. Where at least now, even if you're playing a bad army, you've still got like a 40% win rate, which is much better. Like, at least you know that you've got a chance, or at least you've got a good game. Whereas before, sometimes you just played a game knowing that you're not going to have a chance. It's not going to be close. Unless the dice rolls are really with you and really against your opponent, you're probably not going to have a fun game. What's your favourite sad game? I don't know what my favourite sad game is, Elmer. You got Forza Horizon 4 because it was in Scotland, didn't you? Actually, I have no idea where it was set from either. I barely remember Forza other than I had it on my Xbox. And it had a bunch of stuff in it. It basically was just advertising DLCs to me, like, get this car, get this thing, get this. I had no idea what it was set for, I apologize. I don't think I had for one that was set in Britain. I think it was a different one. As I said, I barely remember anything about it. I don't think I played much because I didn't enjoy the gameplay too much. I'm not a big fan of racing in IRL. Like, my father loves F1 and stuff, but I don't really care for it. Like, Burnout was fun because it was, you know... It's more gamified. Cupcon needs to play My Little Puppy. My Little Puppy, what's that? PS2 game Wild Arms 4 had a weird bug where it would load a certain transition point to the game, and only way to fix it was restart the game and set the disk region from default PAL to NTSC. What? That's so weird. Use for spare parts of Terminators. I wish. Oh my goodness. No, my bits box is just filled with spare Terminator parts right now. Like, it's almost overflowing. Twisted Metals, but I don't know what Twisted Metal is. Until Then. Oh, I never heard of Until Then. Cupcom would probably cry playing My Little Puppy. I probably would. If it's like a super sad game, I generally don't play them because I'll get sad. I don't want to get sad. There are a few sad-ish games I've played before. One of which... I don't know, actually. I don't know. What was the saddest game I've ever played? Most of the sad games I've played... Oh, wait. There's one that kind of makes me cry. It's kind of emotional. Oh, I can't remember. I have it on Switch. Oh, you play like as this fairy girl. And it's a turn-based game. 2D. Very, very pretty. Very beautiful music. And the entire atmosphere is just super kind of sad. I'm not paying attention. I'm never paying attention. I have original Burnout on PS2. It's fun. But I know that Paradise is the pinnacle of it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these games, it's like... It's just the games I had. Like, I had one of the James Bond games on PS1. I played a lot. Don't really care for James Bond. I had Spider-Man for the PS2. Spider-Man 2 for the PS2. Really cool game. Something like called Drakengard or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. You ride a dragon, and it's got like a woman riding a dragon, and that's like the entire reason I bought the game. It had a woman riding a dragon on it, on like the cover. I had Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I think my mother bought that because she thought it was a historical game. Oh, and she enjoyed the Prince of Persia film. She really likes that film. But yeah, lots of... I had XGRA. My favourite racing game was XGRA for the PS2. I kind of want to play it again. I have found out a way to play it, but it's filled with copyright music, and half of the fun of the game is like listening to the music while you're racing around. It's like full of emo music. It's like, yes, this is a pinnacle of gaming right here. Oh, and I had a Skate Electric game. Oh, that was so good. And it had like retro not 90s, 80s music on it. Oh, I loved that game. Oh, I used to go like after school and stuff to the shop, like the pre-owned store. And I'd just trade in my old games, get some new games, trade them back in, get some different games. I can't play a game right now, Elma. We're building stuff. We'll maybe play it one day, but until then. The opening part of Last of Us is... Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard that about Last of Us. I think I did watch a Let's Play of it once, or at least part of a Let's Play. I can't remember what it's called, the game. There's a few saddish games that I've played before. They're not super sad though. Papers, Please, saddest game ever. Monster Hunters. Abe's Odyssey. That's kind of sad in a way. But I got Resident Evil, the remake. Oh, when did I get that? Maybe we should play that on the channel. I have been thinking a lot about zombie games and dreaming about zombies. Yeah, I don't really do sad games. I also don't get into games the same way that I get into actual stories and get really sad about them. That being said, I don't really like watching sad things. It makes me sad and then I cry and I don't like that. I highly recommend Ender Lilies and the sequel Ender Magnolia. The saddest game she played was Dark Souls 3. She was crying all the time. I was crying. It was so hard. And it was in the middle of a 12-hour stream.
She cried during Dark Souls 3. It was mostly why are you making you do this to me?
Yeah, that was literally it. I was also making everyone else who liked Dark Souls cry. Because it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you playing my game like this? Also, that's where the short-lived meme came from of, I'm taking my hat off. I'm gonna play properly. I'm taking my hat off. And then I took my hat off and I won. She didn't even die a lot. She just hates fun games. Look. Look. I usually play games. If I die, that's it. Game over. So having a game where you're meant to die as a point is just really shock to my system. She also loves throwing bricks at elderly people. I mean, who doesn't, Alan? Who doesn't love throwing bricks at elderly people? Mainly me. I don't enjoy that. I would never do that. A proper British pastime. No. British pastimes usually involve a good old shanking to somebody. We're shanking, do 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 do. We're gonna stab, do 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 do. We're gonna stab and stab and stab. We're gonna stab, 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 stab. A fair god would force her to play Dark Souls 2 until the end. One life. Done. Easy. Next game, please. Did you know there's 1,000 people who love eating cheese? Okay, what was this? Also, Warhammer 40k does have black holes in it, just they don't usually play much important role in the story. That's some Olympic tier gaslighting. Dark Souls isn't fun. It's mostly fair, causes you mental distress. I find Dark Souls to be mostly a tedious game. Like, because it's all about what once you get the patterns of the enemies down and stuff, it's just about dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit. And that's basically...
You're a tedious game.
I am a tedious game. Both Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring has endings related to marriage. It does. And I'm sure they probably have story, but they shouldn't make the story skippable. And they shouldn't make the NPCs killable. You wonder why I know the Skyrim story. They have essential NPCs who you can't skip through. As a result, I know the story. But non-essential NPCs, but you can skip the dialogue. You basically got no story. You're telling me that your story is not important and you shouldn't care. All NPCs are killable. Yeah, they should have made them... If they wanted me to care about the story, they should have made them killable. That's what I tell to my DM. Whenever I play, you know, what's it called? Dungeons and Dragons or something similar. It's like, why do you kill all the NPCs? Do you not care about the story? It's like, you shouldn't have made them killable, should you? It's like... Well, if they weren't killable, they would have killed you. It's like, no, you just make them essential. Have them take a knee and get back up.
Nah, gotta get rid of all the NPCs in Dark Souls. They've got sweet loot that deserves to be in my inventory. What, you think I'd use it?
Yeah, we want the loot. We want the loot! Gimme all of the loot. It's like the blacksmith. Isn't he like one of the bosses in Dark Souls? You get to that weird place if there's a blacksmith and you got like this castle and stuff. And you attack the blacksmith and he's like super tough boss. But if you kill him... does he even drop anything? I don't know. I don't kill him for loot. I just kill him for the fun of the game. Dark Souls 3 marriage has you stab your spouse. Just like all British marriages. Also, remember to get Locktrek off a cliff in Dark Souls 1. All of my homies hate Locktrek. And you got that weird guy, you know, for men, where he says praise the sun. I don't think he says it in game, because I've never heard it. Certified DS1 classic. Most NPC characters in DS1 seem to die at some point once their quest lines are done anyway. Oh gosh. Nah, I'm joking. I don't actually do that in most games. Sometimes on stream I'll do it just because I think it'll be funny. Solaire is a Dark Souls 1 NPC and has left his influence throughout the series. Just like your mom!
Praise the sun, time for some jolly cooperation.
Oh gosh, this does not want to go on. The shield's involved. Shield! Shield! No shield! No shield! You're meant to work with Nick Fury, not get rid of him. Secret Wars flashbacks. No! Secret Wars sucked. Secret Wars has to be one of the most worst things modern Marvel has done. Oh. It's things that have potential. Where you get upset at how they go. Better for worst. Let Me Solo Her? Yeah, Let Me Solo Her is famous.
Why is it called Secret Wars if we know about it?
Yeah, that is a big question. Not a good question, but it is a question. But Solaire's not alive during the other games. His armor and sword are still present though. In Dark Souls 3, it is said that he painted the sun on his chest himself, quite amateurishly. Oh, which is very cute. No asking me to do
a silly face cupcake, sneering face emoji, playful face emoji, zany face emoji.
No asking me to do silly faces, please. There we go. Oh, so leading theme. Oh, Biomare's here. I'm just going to be gluing this thing on to this model. And then we'll go and say hello to the mayor. That is Brian. Hello, Brian Mayor. Oh! Hello, Paladin Stem. Dream away. Dream away. We've been talking about Dark Souls and how it's the worst game ever made. Ryan May, clocking in she is. Big love hearts to you all. There you go, big love hearts. Ow, ow, ow. Why you throw empty come at me? Not even full of cola. That's like the worst cola can you can throw at me. No, no, no! Oh, there's another empty can in that. Get that steak and that fish off my head. There we go. No importance of my brain and cola is in there. That's super important. Also, the brain's pretty important too. Hello, Spanty. How you doing? How's everyone? How was your stream, Briar? How was it? Oh yeah, to all who came in. If you don't know me, I'm Cupcake Conjuror in name and profession. First name Cupcake, second name Conjuror. And I conjure cupcakes like all of those down there. By the way, I've not checked something. Eat. Ow. Chicken nuggies. Dino nuggies. How do I do this? How do I do this? Is there an eat command? There is an eat command. There's an eat and there's a drink command. I want to check if this is fixed yet. Let's check. Let's check. Oh gosh, I've been trapped in top chat, not live chat. Ow. Thanks for a drink. Yeah. I think it was something door to darkness. Oh my goodness. Did the slot machine work? I couldn't see if it did the slot machine or not. Rye's been playing Kingdom of Heart again, apparently. Oh! I've not played those games yet. I've not played those games yet. Come on, do the bomb. Did the bomb. Did the bomb work? I'm not even sure the stream avatar commands are working at all right now. Oh no, never mind. These things cost 0. Yeah, still broken, still broken. You would hate the game. You cannot skip all the cutscenes. What? That sounds terrible. How do they expect you to play the game if you have to listen to cutscenes? I want you to listen to cutscenes and not just, oh my goodness, door to darkness, door to darkness. We need to get the door to darkness sealed. Is that how it goes? 4 capes. I think I might have gotten too many capes for my terminators. Remember you're amazing. Remember you're amazing. And don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, like the stream and like Briar's stream. And go to subscribe to Briar. There we go. Look at this. He's got a cape. So cool. He's got a book. He's got a book on his cape. A book on his cape. Super cool book is on his cape. Oh no. Sorry, I went to the bathroom, but yes. Kingdom of Hearts 2. Nice. Did you win? Did you win? Did you kill Mickey Mouse, the evil corporate overlord of Disney? I'm pretty sure he's meant to be the villain, right? If only we had like some sort of command for that. Big shout out. I've been trying to make the command to work for Briar and stuff. Let me check. Let me look here. I couldn't get it to work. I've been ill and I've been tired, so not been doing ungrouped commands. Oh no, it was shout out command. If I edit the command here, change this to just user. Do this to Kalan 17. Add claw. Target user. Equals member. Not member. Equals moderator. And then we click save here. And then I unlock. And let's see how that works. Conjuror, what can I make of a shout out command? It's a video of dwarves making rings from Lord of the Rings. Maybe. Why is this covered in weird stuff? Get off, weird stuff. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Alma. Hope you have a good rest of your day. You go. How many Kingdom of Hearts game are there, by the way? Like, you say you're going through them all, but how many is that? Like, is that hundreds? A dozen? 20, 2 dozen? 65? I like how I started with hundreds, and then I went down, and then I went up again. Stay, Cloak. Stay on the model. Between 2 and 10. Are you sure it's just don't make me get more glue on you. Stop falling off! This really does not care about gluing to the model, does it? Okay, we'll do that. Would say more than 6, but some are just cutscenes due to being unplayable content. Just off the top of my head. Oh my goodness. He asked the dwarf that he wants to join his new pot mining business. He told me to mine my own business. That's mean of him. Everyone should be allowed to join the mines. The children yearn for the mines. As a child, I yearned for the mines. Minecraft, do. I still don't watch the Minecraft movie. We're gluing capes to models. I like how in a universe where there's like infinite guns and guns that can like destroy anything, they decide the best thing to do is just go melee. And somehow it works repeatedly. Like, what should we do, sir? Should we get a big old gun and shoot them? It's like, nah, I'm gonna hit them with my hammer. Oh, 40,000 of them. Yeah! Like, it looks like this man just got warhammered 40,000. CSSI, Miami, music kicks in. I'm surprised the orcs hate Tau. For Tau half a month. That's the thing. Dako is quiet and it's got no recoil. It's got no kick to it. It's got no kick. It's got no. It's quiet. It's like, that's not a proper Daka. Proper shooty Daka's noisy and it explodes and it's dangerous and it's got more recoil than 20 mules taped together. It's like, yeah, it's like, Daka. That's the thing, that's why it's called Daka, because it makes a noise, Daka. Actually, that's like how the old anti-aircraft guns went. They went Daka. Well, actually, it says, and that became Daka. I had a purity seal here and it just fell. But where did it fall? That's the question. Did it fall into a glove? No. Did it fall here? No. Okay, that means it's on the floor, probably. Oh, so the towel don't have the most stacker. They just like to deploy a lot of stacker. Like, technically, the Eldar have the most stacker. Or the best stacker. But then the Imperium, when they decide to do Datka, it hits like a truck. Blast cannons, Lehman Russ Vanquishers, Lehman Russ battle cannons, plasma guns. Then you get all the Admech stuff with the disintegrators and the fall kite weaponry. That's the type of weapons that the Orcs love. Oh, darn it. I lost the Purity Seal. I don't think we're going to find it. Goodness? No, that's not it. Oh, it's a sad day when you lose one of your Purity Seals. A sad day indeed. Oh yeah, the tower like to deploy all the soldiers with the best weapons that they can equip them with. Well, that's like the best weapons the Tau can equip them with. And a suit, it's decent. It's decent. But they're not like giving them like they're not giving the basic soldier something like a bolt gun, which is like a miniature machine gun rocket launcher, which you can imagine the Orcs would love. That's basically what a bolt gun is. Ow! You gotta go rest now. Bye, Briarmare. It was nice having you here. They don't give them autocannon. I've already got things like for autocannon, the missile launchers. Okay, the Tau do deploy missile launchers. The Orcs like them. And the Orcs think railguns are cool. They just think they could be louder, bigger, and better. And they think they could be more dangerous. Like, half of the fun for the Orcs is the fact that their weapons might just explode in their hands. And that's funny. And that's hilarious. And that's amazing. And that's why. And, you know, Imperial weapons work like that. Why doesn't anyone else's? Okay, we got all the Purity Seals here. We love ourselves some Purity Seals. Also, the Tau don't really deploy in big enough numbers. like they can, but well, there's a number of issues. One is that if the orcs deploy in such numbers that the town know that their chances of winning are low, they just generally cut their losses and will retreat. They might fight them for a little bit just to inflict some losses here and there, or to slow the orcs down. But 90% of the time, if they don't think they can win the battle, or if the battle's going to be too difficult, unless it's incredibly important that they win that battle, they'll just rather lose it. But they'll rather just get out of there, and then the orcs win a battle. They get no cool loot, because the tower just left. A bunch of the orcs are dead. It's like fighting for Eldar. Maybe not as fast and agile as for Eldar, maybe not as efficient at that type of stuff, but it's exactly what they do. The other thing is, the Tau don't do melee. So once they do get all up close to them, it's just too easy after that. Like... But they want to challenge, they want to be able to get up close to you and start smashing you in the head, and you fight back and bring down a bunch of them. Or at least, you know, have a risk of losing in the combat. Which even guardsmen put up a good fight in melee. Not in the board game anymore, but in the lore they still do. Actually, sometimes they do, like Death Corps of Krieg, Katachan can actually be quite dangerous still in melee. But what else do the Tau do that the orcs don't like? A lot of it just comes down to the Tau style of warfare. The orcs just don't find it fun. They want a chance to fight. They want... Town their hollow bones. And their incredibly bad vision. And heck, one of the things that makes the guardsmen kind of scary to the orcs in terms of, like, you know, being a threat, is that the guardsmen deploy quite a lot of weapons that are up close and personal. Things like combat shotguns, flamethrowers, pistols, bolt pistols, power swords. Even things like the Punisher. The Lehman Russ Punisher with its short-range Gatling cannon. These are all weapons that as you get closer to them, they're going to be unleashing upon you. They think that the Imperium really knows how to do proper combat. And that's why they love the Imperium. Not afraid of melee. Not afraid of getting up close. Even the Imperium can be a bit sneaky though, using artillery and then just falling back when the orcs get too close. But they don't do that anywhere near as much as things like the Tau. And the Tau will fight these ridiculous, you know, hit and run style battle tactics. Or the orcs would be winning and then suddenly the Tau just retreat. The Imperium will stand and fight even when it's not in their best interest to stand and fight. But the orcs will stand and fight even if it's not in their best interest. Basically, they view the humans as kind of kindred spirits in a lot of ways. They got their bosses in charge who have their big hats. They like to scrap and fight. They don't bother with that diplomacy lot. They like their big bangy shooty weapons. And the weapons that explode. They got lots of cyborg boys and metal boys. Oh yeah, squad of terminators. That's the sergeant. You can tell he's a sergeant because he has 2 of the special shoulder pads. As well as a special head. Yeah, it's actually hard to... Oh, he's also got the big old chaplain shield. And this dude. Bossin. Bossin. Yeah. Oh, my muscles are
She's a real cupcake now.
I'm the real cupcake. With a real cupcake, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. With a real cupcake with a real cupcon. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I like these dudes. They're silly dudes. No, so I've got to take a little break now. Gonna take a little break now. Just to look at what's this? What's this? Pre-order now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these things. How expensive is it? 88 quid for the box. Basically, it's the price of just over 2 kill teams added together. But I guess you do get a character as well. You get these 6 kudos. I do want to get for 5 raptors. I don't care about this dude in the middle, but I do want for raptors. I did buy these in the end. I think they're just too cool. I like the new stealth suits. Wolf Scouts also came out. They're pretty cool. I like them. Your eyes. Your eyes. What do you mean not for website? Not for website. What? Look at the cool art of the Tyranids. Oh, this is cool art. Is that guardsman just stood there surrounded by spars and carnifexes? Do you think that guardsman got out of there alive? The cameraman must have done well, though. He must have gotten out. It's a flashbang. It's never a flashbang. And look at this. Is that a space marine? What's a space marine? What type of space marine? Oh no, it's an arc. It's an arc. I thought that's like a oops, sorry about that. I thought that's like a Chaos Space Marine. I just realised I got a weird button on my cable for my earphones. Headphones. Oh, that's one of the fly dudes. Oh, those are a load of harpies. Or whatever they are. Turvagon. Pretty cool. Tyranny darts has been pretty consistent through the years, to be honest. Like, compared to a lot of them. Oh, this dude is a Bio-Titan. Is that versus a Catan? I think that's a Catan. Oh. What are these things? I thought it was Bioforce, Pyroforce. This looks cool. Why does that look like a Death Star? Not Death Star, Star Destroyer. Oh. Tempestus Scion. There's this Leviathan. Zoanthropes. Oh no, this is super road art. This is like, what? 3rd edition art? Oh, look at the scarabs. They're actually like little bugs. Yeah, this is back when Fertilities was super fleshy. That's High Fleet of the Leviathan as well, isn't it? And I think the red on the chitin back then wasn't just meant to be red chitin. I think it was meant to be blood. If you actually look at like the models today, it's like red chitin. Oh, is that Blood Angels fighting in space against Tyranids? Why are they getting so close? Look at this silly art. Okay, this one's not consistent. It is so silly looking. Is that a Hive Tyrant? Or a Carnifex? Or is it meant to be a Gene Sealer? I can't even tell what it's meant to be. Oh, this is a cool art. Leviathan. Ooh, what's that of a bat? Turfagon, maybe? Ooh, the old sewing throats. Like, they have a super old sewing throats, even older than the one I had. Oh, I think that's a warrior. Oh, that's a lictor in the background. Oh, that's the old Carnifex. Looks like a weird Gene Stealer. Yeet. Yeah, back when Carnifex... Look at what Carnifexes used to look like, though. They're so silly. And the Harmagants. Oh, my goodness. They look a bit like... Do you know for Aliens? Some that Mars Attacks or whatever it's called? They look like that. Oh, I love this art. I love some of the old black and white art. Look at them smashing the Imperial shirts. Oh, Behemoth. Behemoth. Ooh, that looks kind of like Commonwealth in a way. I don't know even what that's meant to be. A world being devoured, I guess. Ooh, Iodine. Eldar versus High Fleet Kraken. That's the Plastic Warriors. Bio Titan. The Tyranid Spawner dude. Ooh, I love this art. Carnifex destroying a Dreadnought. I think this art came out with like the plastic Carnifex. So cool. And I got a Space Marine there. Fighting. And that's or maybe if this art came out, like these two are basically similar art. Both very cool though. Very, very cool. This art's pretty iconic. I think it was like one of the chapter covers at one point. The codex covers. Oh. New stuff. Bellhammer. I like this one. Oh cool, look at that. They got a Blade Burner thing on it from something. Don't even know what that's from. Oh yeah, and look, there's a downloadable book you can get here. Oh. Oh yeah, and new stuff about the orcs and stuff. I want to play Lord of the Rings. It seems like such a fun game system. Like just leading small bands of warriors against one another, with each warrior basically being like a mini character. Oh. Warhammer 40k. New releases. I know, not new releases, pre-orders. Pre-orders. Oh, let's just do all pre-orders. New Horus Heresy characters. Oh, it's this stuff. I don't know. These two are new. That is cool, though. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I didn't get from the other website. Oh, yeah. These new Knight dudes as well are here. Oh, Shadow Hunt. Shadow Hunt. Delete. Okay. Back to making more Terminators. Just 5 more left. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will be an entire squad done. Oh yeah, you can also tell this guy's the guy in charge because he's got a little he's got a tactical rock. Not that it really matters which one's the sergeant. Currently, they don't have any like bonuses for being the sergeant. Ba-da-da-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-do-do-do-do. 10 more done. There we go. Oh, Warhammer is such a weird game when you think about it. I thought I started with a different model. Yeah, man, I thought I was starting with a sergeant body then. From the kit, but now I'm just starting with just one of the random ones. That's fine. Yeah, Lord of the Rings looks really interesting because like each character you have, with like except maybe a few goblins, kind of plays like a character in Warhammer 40k. Or like there's somebody in Kill Team. Where they've got multiple wounds, they've got like different actions and stuff they can take. And like through a Lord of the Rings campaign, you can like upgrade your characters and stuff. To where like this, what's meant to just be a typical goblin warrior can suddenly become like this dangerous named character. And you can have your single warriors holding the breaches and stuff. First name, last name. Dreamer Lurker Raid. Hello, you were eating. You were eating. What were you eating? It better be good food. I had chicken. I had chicken nuggies. And chips. With some beans. Beans might have been a bad choice, but I had them because I couldn't be bothered making carrots because you have to cook them and peel them and wash them and not in that order. You have to wash them, peel them, or peel them, wash them, cook them, chop them into pieces first maybe. I was like, oh, and you had to get some water and boil it. It's like, oh, I can just open a tin up, throw it in a bowl, put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes, boom, bam, bun, done. I love me carrots though. I love me some good old carrots. Yesterday I had toad in the hole. Toad in the hole. If you don't know what toad in the hole is, it's basically Yorkshire pudding with sausages in. Lovely bubbly beans and ramen, beans and ramen. Reheated shrimp tacos for breakfast / shrimp tacos. I never knew that was a thing. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Does shrimp and tacos go together? That does not sound like a good match. With that being said, I'm not a big fan of like that sort of stuff. Oh, look at Cuptle here, eating some lettuce. Yeah, shrimp tacos is a thing. Oh. I hope it's the tastiest thing ever made. Actually, it won't be. Tastiest thing ever made. It's spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese! I should try making some spaghetti bolognese again. I don't really do much spaghetti bolognese because I'd rather just get some pre-cut chicken and just cook that up into a sauce rather than having to cook some mincemeat up. Also, then you have to go to the butcher's and you have to get mincemeat and you have to be like, I need this. And then you have to make sure you cook enough. It's like, ugh. And we got another one. Tacos is just like bread. You can put anything on it. I put Oreos in there. What? You put Oreos in a taco? You put shrimp on bread. Shrimp and bread. Shrimp. I guess you do get breaded shrimp. But that's like deep fried shrimp with deep fried bread. We're gonna deep fry your shrimp. We're gonna deep fry your bread. We're gonna deep fry your head. If you give us a chance. We deep fry everything over here, 'cause we live in Scotland. You want some ice cream? Well, it's gonna be deep fried. Do you know you can get deep fried ice cream? It sounds crazy because you think, wait, isn't ice cream meant to be cold? And like fryers are meant to be super hot. Like, yes, yes it is. But you can deep fry your ice cream. Deep fried ice cream, do 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 do. Deep fried ice cream, do 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 do. But you're not lived until you had a deep fried Mars bar. And you probably won't live much longer after that. Instant heart failure bar. America's over there like, you know what? We've got the triple bypass burger. And it's like, Yeah, well, I've got a small bar about this big. Has 60 times the calories. It's like, what? There's more oil in this thing than there is Mars bar. Yeah, it's actually decent. They just coat ice cream with egg batter before frying. Yeah! There's also another thing you can do with ice cream, in which like you can pour it kind of onto like a sheet of metal that's like really hot and kind of fry it up that way. And then you like put it onto another piece of metal that's super cold. It's really weird. I don't really know what they're doing there. But it looks good. Did you know there's a person named Jacob who loves to deep fry stuff? I don't know why Scotland has an obesity problem. Definitely can't be for food. It wouldn't be for food, would it? There we go. Okay, after this, we've just got 20 more normal terminators to go. With guns, although they're harder to build than these ones. Mostly because you have to keep searching for sprue for every single bit. They're just scattered about. There we go. If you like spaghetti bolognese, you should like the stream. And if you like something else, you should also like the stream. Wow, shrimp tacos. Shrimp tacos. What do you have with it, shrimp tacos? I'm assuming lettuce. Lettuce is delicious. The only issue with lettuce, it goes off very, very quickly. You've made me hungry. You've made me hungry. Now you better feed me. I'm gonna eat ya. Nom 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 nom. Cuptle. Cuptle. What did I... I have very boring meals. There we go. I'm just building all the bodies first, then we'll just attach the random arms. Then we'll give them the heads. We'll give them the hedge. The headman's axe! No, not the headman's axe. We don't want to give them the headman's axe. We're saving that for Ulfric's Stormcloak. Who is the character that you dislike the most in all of video gaming? And like, if you could remove a character from a game, you would. I don't think there's many characters I've removed from games. One of them is Heimsker in Whiterun because his constant shouting got annoying. But that being said, he's a character you can remove safely without it causing any issues in your gameplay. A similar one would be Nassim, but I don't mind Nassim. Nassim's fine, he's overheated. That's in Skyrim again. Shrimp Tiekos. Shrimp Tiekos. Ha, thank you very much, Coles. Let's look at the head spoon. How many Terminator heads are here? I think there's no Terminator heads left. No. Actually, for I like these ones here, but I don't want. If you're in Terminator army, you better wear your helmet. Otherwise, what's the point of being in Terminator army, you silly Billy? You silly Billies! You're a silly Billy. You're not wearing your armor. You need to wear your helmet. Okay. There's only one person in the world who I would not mind from not wearing the helmet. And that's Joe. Cotton Eye Joe. Because where did he come from? Where did he go? No one knows. Doesn't matter if he's got a helmet on or not. Joe Grammaticus. Joe Grammaticus. Joe Grammaticus. I was thinking Cotton Eye Joe. Joe. The grammar police. Joe. You check your grammar, Joe. Grammaticus. Sorry, I'm just randomly singing. Oh my gosh. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. I'm glad I'm not painting today. My eyes are just like super heavy. I feel itchy. After this, I'm just probably going to run a nice bath. Instantly. Well, I need to check if other people. We're going to have a shower or something because we use all the hot water. I'm away to Amarillo. Every night I'm hugging my pillow. I really dislike that song. Mostly because it was on the radio for years and it was every single morning on the radio. Oh, and then every afternoon on the way home on the radio. And everyone loved it. I'm like, no! No! It's been oversaturated it. Why did everyone love that song? No. No. You know it's bad when I did never actively try to listen to it and I can still remember the song and it just appears into my head years later. Like jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. I've got another song being commissioned, by the way. Oh! I've hired someone to help make a cover for me. And it's like, yeah! Well, they're doing all the music mixing and stuff. I've recorded most of it. I want to get another couple of attempts at getting some stuff done. It's just trying to find the time when no one else is around. Oh, yeah! And we might be getting new cupcakes soon. New cupcakes! There's never an old cup. There's no such thing as a cupcake. Oh, goodness. What am I going to have in my Tau army? I think my Tau army has one Breacher team, one Pathfinder team, a Devilfish, a Fire Warrior character for the Breacher team, because I think it gives them +1 attack or something like that, and that's really powerful on the Breacher team. Stealth suits, Vespid Stingwings, because I've already got them. 3 Tau Crisis suits and the Tau Crisis Commander. And they're going to be the fusion versions. And, oh yeah, 1 Ghost Keel. 1 Ghost Keel. I was thinking about getting the Riptide, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, it doesn't actually have enough firepower for what I'd want it to have. I kind of feel like the Ballistus Dreadnought has a bit more firepower, at least tank hunting firepower, with the 2 last cannon shots and the 2 missile launcher shots. And the missile launcher can go anti-infantry mode. The Ghost Keel is pretty good though, just because of, you know, it's a giant vehicle that has surprisingly substantial firepower, but also your opponent can't see it. It's like, you can't target it. No, you can't target it. Also, it's got benefit of cover and you -1 to hit. It's a giant thing. It's like, yeah. It's got camo. I'm thinking of my Warhound Titan. One of the things I want to do for Warhound Titan, one of the reasons why I'm kind of like hesitant in painting it, is I want to paint it like half of it as camo, the bottom half, like where its feet are and stuff, and the top half is like coming out of camo. I'm thinking of also buying like some sort of 3D print to put onto it where it looks like the shield's active or something's blasted into it. Because I don't fancy trying to make the explosion using green stuff. I don't think I'll be very good at it. Oh, I also want to put a few more Black Templar symbols on it, maybe. I might just do that with the transfer sheets. But yeah, if I make a Ghost Keel and the Tau stealth suits, I think I want to do them also in the like the half camo colour scheme. Every night I'm hugging my pillow on my way to ammo. I like the idea of a 3-story tall invisible robot. It is hilarious. And it plays on the entire theme of, you know, like the Night Lords and the Raven Guard being these 9-foot tall, giant armored superhumans that no one can see. That just disappear and vanish like Batman. Although I kind of want Night Lords and maybe, not Night Lords, Raven Guard and maybe to a lesser extent Night Lords to do like an army rule or something that allows them to have just invisible dreadnoughts and stuff like that. I mean, you kind of do. If you go with Vanguard, everything's at -1 to hit anything you own, I think, including vehicles. I might be wrong with that. I think it includes vehicles, though. I think it's -1 if you're not within 12 inches. So it's still pretty good. Actually, I'm going to check. I'm going to check, like, what upgrades can you give stuff? Like, you got the stratagems as well, which is important to think about. Where is it? My gosh, my thing's just falling over my microphone. New recruit. Oh no, cables are getting caught up everywhere. Okay, I go down to Scout Force. Stealth Wing. Here we go. Stealth Wing. So Vanguard Spearhead over here. Yeah. Each time a ranged attack targets an Adeptus Astartes model that's within unless it's within 12 inches, subtract 1 for the hit roll. And the target has benefit of cover. So +1 to the armor save, up to 3+. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I've only got stratagems as well. Guerrilla tactics. Remove these units of a battlefield, put them in strategic reserves. You can do that to the... or what do they call it? The Inflictor Tactical War Suit. Where it can just disappear off a battlefield and appear somewhere else. Which is kind of similar. Kind of similar. Not quite as good as a Ghost Keel. One of the things I do find hilarious, though, is, do you know the night-sized Titan battlesuit? Do you know that's just giant weapon platform with legs? That truly says Tau firepower, like nothing else. Except maybe a hammerhead. I'm not a big fan of the hammerheads, personally. Okay, now we want to put the little leggy leg bits on. The side leg parts. One. I prefer the hammerhead mech. There's a hammerhead mech. Oh, the one with a railgun, the broadside battlesuit. Oh, for one battle tech. Oh, okay. Weapon platform with legs, like a knight. Yay! Hi, Patsorio. How you doing? To be a ghost kill with a squad of stealth suits. Yeah, that's what my army's going for. It's got ghost kills, stealth suits. And the entire idea is that it's meant to be a scouting force. That was like a portal that linked part of Tau space to this part of the galaxy. And the Tau sent a scouting force through it, but then the portal closed behind them, and now they're trapped here. So the scouting force itself is very stealth orientated. as you can imagine. It's got some Vespid sting wings in it. Some... and a Pathfinder team. And other stuff. To be a ghost scale. Yeah, the knight's a weapon platform with legs, but it's a bit more than a weapon platform with legs, because it's very person-shaped. It's, and it can also melee. The Tau big, what's it called? The Tau Noir or something like that. That one is ridiculous. It's literally just looks like a weapon platform and they just gave it legs. It's got these big old missiles on it, or this big old rail cannon or whatever. It looks so silly, but at the same time, I kind of love it because it's goofy. Yeah, I need to put the cloaks on before I do the other bits. Oh gosh, I am so tired. Well, what else would they do? I'm thinking eventually for it I might want to get some fruit. I was actually looking at maybe just getting some fruit because I remember CEX had one of the fruit battle forces in it, but they've run out now. But yeah, because fruit are cool. I like fruit. And they would make sense for it to be in a Tau scout force. I don't know what's meant to be good or bad data sheets for the Tau detachment, sorry. So at the moment, all of them, I just chosen, you know, for experimental weapon detachment. Which I think is really good because I like fusion weapons. I like basically anything that's a melter. So getting that extra 6 inches range on them is just absolutely phenomenal. I'll be there to get, you know, the fusion enhancement as well on the Tau Commander. I like most of the things of the Tau, to be honest. Like, I like the infantry, you know, with the devilfish and the entire tactical movement and stuff of them. It's cool. Like, just tactically deploying a bunch of breaches right into an objective, point blank range. Or just creating a firing line. Okay, how many are left here? So we want 2 heads of them. There's 2 heads, 2 heads. 1 more, yeah, 1 more in here. We'll be fine. Like, I think it's like the Tau basic infantry kind of reminds me of light infantry, or line infantry, sorry. Of, you know, just lining up and just firing off a bunch of shots. With the front rank like knelt down, the rear rank stood up. It's like...
Puff word of the day. Wise words. Here are some wise words from Master Puffu. If the sun is too hot, don't give up. Instead, eat the sun.
Yeah, eat the sun. Eat the sun. Do 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 do. The sun's too hot. for you. Just eat it all up because it can't stop you. Do 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 do. Yeah. Countless systems died because of that line. Often bless Master Poof. Why would they die? Who's been eaten for Sun? Sun Eater! Isn't that like a name of a game or something? Sun Eater. That's actually one of the things in Stellaris. You got these Star Eaters. And you can go and fight them. Not always a good idea. Or not right away. But you can. There we go. Okay, get the arms on. And before the shields and the shoulder pads, get the cape on. And after the cape, get the shoulder pads on. And after the shoulder pads, get the shields on. Yeah, Cupcake don't eat sons. She neglects them. Yeah, neglect the child. Very tasty. We eat suns for dinner. Eating for stars is cool. Did you know? Back in 1006, the year, was recorded a supernova, and people noticed a new star in the sky that was brighter than any other star in the sky, and they didn't know what it was. And nowadays we think it's a supernova. And that's kind of scary. Hey, don't fall off. You're meant to be stuck. But it was recorded all around the world of this supernova. I say all around the world. Everywhere that had written language pretty much had someone that wrote about it. The sun. No, that's how you get a burnt mouth trying to eat the sun. I sometimes think my cats, you know, they go outside and it's cold and they're like, who turned off the heating outside? Why the heating not on outside? Fix the heating. That's what I feel like my cats are like sometimes. It's like, I would fix the heating, but I can't. Also, I like the code. I like it when cats do, you know, they kind of talk back. Because my father was talking to our cat earlier today. I was like, I've already taken you out once, so you're not going back out. At least not yet. Got other stuff I want to do, and my cat is like, no, I want to go out. No. It's great when they talk back like that. Oh, look at him. He's being too cool for school. I should take care of myself. Oh my gosh, go to bed. You silly Billy. You need to sleep. Get them good sleeps in ya. Thanks for popping in and sticking with us, but take care of yourself, yeah. But don't forget to like the stream before you go. Every like of this stream is another Terminator that will never get painted. Yeah. Bye, chat. Bye, Tot. Bye-bye. Oh, nice having you here. Na 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 na. I'm away to Amarillo. Every night I'm hugging my pillow. Na 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 na. It makes the arms look really short, doesn't it? When you think like that. That arm's super long, that arm's super short. Baby arm. Baby baby. Baby arm. Baby arm. Baby 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 arm. Baby arm. My name's Jeff. We all have people to go for. You know. I do kind of like those stances though. Like so cool. My nose is itchy. Oh, I've got one of those, you know, steroid nose sprays now. And you spray it in your nose and like, you have to sniff. And then it goes in the back of your throat and it tastes absolutely awful. It's like, ugh. No, ugh, ugh. And then everything you eat is just flavoured by this steroid spray. Look at him. He's got the bonk hammer. Bonk. Bonk. Badonk donk. Oh gosh, what am I talking about earlier? You ever think about the psychology of dreams and what you'll be doing in your dreams? Why you be doing that? Like, why did I dream of zombies? Why? That arm was meant to be on him. Ah, whatever. It's fine. There's another arm here. You can mix them, match them, mix them, match them, mix them. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, Machu Picchu. We're going to Machu Picchu. Where is it? Where is the arm? Where is the arm? There it is. Found it. Machu Picchu. Do. I've never been to Machu. My parents have been to Machu Picchu. They really enjoyed it. Although there's apparently a lot of hiking. My hair's going everywhere. Where in the world would you want to really, really go to? I don't think there's many places where, you know, I actually care that much, to be honest. I don't want to go to Japan. I got a message here. What's that about? Morrison's? I don't go to Morrison's. Hold off. You know what? We'll use some of that. I'll take these two here. For those two. Now, I said I was going to do the cape next, but I lied apparently. We're doing the little tabards or loincloth bits first. It's not a tabard because it doesn't cover the entire chest. It's only a tabard, I think, when it covers the chest and goes down between the legs. It's a loincloth if all it does is go on the legs. Although it's just strips of leather, I don't know if that counts. Or what it would be called in that instance. Ah, my finger! It's stuck to my finger because I'm a potato. There we go. Why am I? Why are we here? Just to suffer. Oh, I need to lower my chair. I'm giving myself back pain, leaning over mod. There we go. Now I can sit up properly. There we go. More terminators. More terminators. Oh gosh, dropping him. Thankfully he's plastic. He's built tough. He's built tough. Shock absorbent plastic. That's what terminators have always been made of, including in 40k. That's why the 2+ armor save fails 1 out of 6 times. Seriously, you'd think that's something that, you know, was touted as some of the best armor in the galaxy. Wouldn't have a 1 in 6 chance of failure rate. That's what it is. It's a 1 in 6 failure chance on Terminator armor, which is insane. Like real life body armor, you get a machine gun to the chest. There's a good chance you're going to keep going multiple times. In fact, it's one of the reasons why, you know, there's been rumours for like immortal soldiers and stuff. Or like these unstoppable soldiers, because, you know, they just got body armor that's actually capable of taking a few shots. And then when they combine it with the adrenaline, it allows them to keep going even with a couple of broken ribs and the shots. Meanwhile, Space Marine Terminators here just like get shot by a lasgun. 1 in 6 chance of, you know. The lasgun going straight through the armor and hurting from the inside. Well, not quite, because you have to take into account for toughness. But still. The failure rate on armor in the 40k galaxy is honestly just absolutely insane if you go by the tabletop. Also, I glued my fingers together. What other armor is there that will have a high failure rate? Power armor, 1 in 3 chance of it breaking. Now, one thing you have to do is remember that, okay, the things that are destroying them are things like usually bolt guns and these high focused las guns. I have to remember, if someone's going against Space Marines, there's a likelihood that they've decided to, you know, equip the soldiers for Space Marines. It's like whenever you see Guardsmen and they know they're going against Space Marines or something similarly tough, they'll always end up like overcharging for lasguns for it. And that's like meant to be the in-game explanation of why, you know, they end up falling so easily to them, to the enemies. Because, yeah, no, they overcharge for lasguns. They do this, they do that. The Eldar change for ammunition out for the Space Marines and super armoured foes. And not every Guardsman can overcharge for lasguns, and a Guardsman that's not expecting to go against Space Marines might not be in a position where they can do something like that. Hi, Sparky! And that's how come in the lore you see a Space Marine, they land on a planet no one expects them. They absolutely destroy everybody. But then when they are expected, or anticipates it or whatever, suddenly everyone's deploying all of their anti-space marine countermeasures, and suddenly the space marines can be dropped. Which makes sense. It makes sense. It's like in real life, you're not necessarily going to be deploying onto the battlefield with anti-armor rifles and stuff, unless you're expecting to fight people with, you know, good body armor. It's like, no, you don't need the armor popping gun today. Okay, maybe not that guy. Yeah, this one's better. This guy. But yeah. Well, there's not actually that many real life circumstances. I know that, like, we had for M16 and stuff, and there's a variety of different ammunitions you can get. But recently they've been replacing, like, a lot of the standard weaponry. Or they're looking into it and stuff and getting out new standard guns that are, you know, higher damage. More recoil, not the same fire rate, but they're better against armoured opponents. Because, you know, they anticipate a war against more armoured opponents. And similarly, you're not going to necessarily deploy with a bunch of things like javelins and tank killers, unless you think you're going against things where you need those types of weapons. If instead a grenade launcher would actually be enough. Because a grenade launcher is cheaper, and you can rapid fire it, and it's also lighter, you can carry it around. It's not one shot. I guess it could be argued to do the same in the 40k universe. But then it doesn't explain things like, how come a guardsman with a bayonet can still kill a space marine? like that doesn't make sense. Even if you talk about focusing the weak points of the armor, it's like, even the weak points of power armor is not going to be weak enough for just a simple bayonet to get through. You could argue the guardsmen are all deployed with power bayonets, maybe. A bit like how, what do they call them? The Reavers. And the other guys deal with their combat knives, the Phobos dudes. They have power knives, that's why they get the extra AP. So you could argue they've got power bayonets. I don't think we've ever seen guardsmen with power bayonets. Or do you know something like that? I don't know. Although I guess you could argue they're not going to be actually bayoneting space marines. They're just going to be shooting their, you know, last guns at point blank range at them. Which would make sense. Last gun firing its high powered shot. Point blank range. Could probably bring down a space marine. Yeah, I guess that works. I guess it even makes sense with the arcs as well. Where the arc commanders would be like, we'll just speak to the mechs and saying, we got marines, we got beaky boys, we need to smash their heads in. Give us your best stuff for smashing heads in. or breaking armor, breaking open those tin cans. Do you think that unlikely victories in 40k could be caused by background chaos energy affecting reality, making what should be impossible possible? Yes, potentially. Well, not just chaos. I mean, technically, yeah, but I think in its faith, the power of belief is an important aspect in 40k. You see this with the orcs especially, but even Imperial Guardsmen, Black Templar, things like that. The power that you believe you can do something, especially when lots of people believe that they can win, or believe in the power of their guns, the Emperor or something. That power of belief, it has enough, you know, potential to defeat enemies. It's a bit like if you deny a demon's existence to its face and truly believe it, you actually weaken the demon. Apparently. Now, it's very hard to deny the existence of a demon when it's in front of you. But Inquisitors do that. What's his name? Fabulous Biles done that. I think Primarchs have done it, so yeah. So I mean, it kind of works. There's a precedence. So it is very possible that the belief in your last gun and believing that you can target just the weak points of an enemy armor is enough to actually force the armor to break, to give your bayonets a chance to do damage. So that is a good point. I've only just got scenes and stuff just working in the background. And as you said, just random chaosy energy stuff. I think that used to be one of the things about things like Titans and Knights and stuff. And the fact why they got the name God's Engines. In which initially I think it was a kind of thing where they didn't actually work, or there's no logical reason that they should work, a bit like Stompers and stuff. But they do anyway. And it's Imperial belief in them. Now that has changed a bit more. Like there's always been Dark Age of technology. But now you got the idea that they don't know how they work, but they do work. But it's not just a power of belief in them. But it's very likely the power of belief in these so-called god machines is enough to make them better than what they any rightly should. To keep those fields going, to keep the vehicle powerful. I've only definitely have things like, you know, perpetuals messing stuff up, even if they don't necessarily mean to. Do you have that Wheel of Time, Tarfarin or something like that? Where important characters just have such an influence of the world around them, like Cain. The Saints. Pretty much any named character, to be honest. Has his ability just to seemingly influence the galaxy. Oh wait, I've got to do the shoulders, obviously. Forgot about that. The little shields. More shields. There we go. I mean, for Eldar, definitely do, though. Like, that's half of the point of, you know, their Farseers and stuff like that, and the Fate Dice for the Eldar. But they're so psychic to begin with that they can actually change fate, and not just the Farseers. This is a battle literally channeling their belief into the Imperial phase to BS their way out of most problems. Yeah, and the same goes to the Black Templar. Like, the entire Black Templar FOW system is basically them saying, yes, my chainsword did hit you once, but I believed in it so hard it actually hit you twice. Yes, you did shoot me and I should be dead, but I believe so hard that I won't be dead, that I am actually alive. Yes, this makes Sixtus technically Psychus, and it makes, yeah, all humans are technically Psychus. They have the exact same ability that the Orcs have, and if you actually look at it from the Tau and the, to a lesser extent, the Eldar perspective, it actually works exactly like the Orcs do. Like the, do you know the prayers to the Omnissiah and stuff? To make things work, and the weird rituals that make absolutely no sense, but somehow it still works in the end. The Tau have been amazed more than once to see humans do this stuff and just, like, you know, scoff at them, only for it to actually work, like dealing with auxiliaries and stuff. And now sometimes this is joked about, like, you have the entire thing in real life of you hit your computer to make it do something. Your computer's not working right, hit it, and it just starts working correctly. Or you just turn it off and on again, somehow it works. Shouldn't work, seemingly, but it does. But obviously, being 40k, they take this basic idea that we can all relate to it to some extent, if they just take it to ridiculous measures. Yeah, because of maintenance. And take it to ridiculous and ritual levels. I think they've had more than one case of, you know, like, there are weird things with software, especially if you do any programming, where the fix is just such a weird thing, and you have no idea why it works, but it does work, and you're not changing it because it works. And that just appearing, like, in Warhammer in various instances. I find that hilarious. But yeah, all humans are Psychus. So that's one of the things, is like the Tau have very little psychic presence in the warp and stuff. Humans have a lot more than the Tau do. The Orcs have a lot more than humans do, and the Eldar have a lot more than Orcs do. The other thing is, compared to Orcs, it's a lot harder to get humans to all, you know, believe the exact same thing, which means that the, you know, this power of belief manifesting itself doesn't really appear that often amongst the average humans. Since humans are generally a bit more, like, even these people who worship the Emperor, there's so many different ways of worshipping him. People believe in different stuff. Like, some of them believe that he came from their own homeworld. Some of them believe that, like, certain legends of their own, but nonetheless, so when it comes like guardsmen and stuff, and a lot of guardsmen don't even truly believe in the Emperor, especially when you've been through so many battlefields. It's all just lip service, effectively. But when you get things like the Sisters of Battle, the Priests, the Death Corps, the Krieg, the Templar, that's when you do start manifesting miracles. Even with just a small number of them. To be fair, the rituals of the AdMech is mostly the actual process of fixing the issue, but with extra dressing up. Yeah. And sometimes it just takes loads and like way. There's a lot of extra steps in it. Well, the same goes in real life. I remember I can't even remember what I was doing with it. I think it was when I was modding a game. Might have been Total War, could have been Stellaris, could have been Skyrim, could have been something. But either way, I noticed that there was a fix within something I was looking at. It might have been a mod I was fixing or something, but I noticed this thing within it, but I noticed what they were doing. Well, a bunch of stuff to get this thing to work. I figured it out that only a couple of those steps were actually important. The rest of it was basically just dressing. It was clear that they knew it fixed it, but they wasn't sure why, and they just left it because it did fix. And I've done stuff like that myself. It's like, especially when you copy and paste someone else's script or code because you can't be bothered making it yourself. So you just copy what they've done and it works. But you change something in it and it doesn't work anymore. But then you change something back and instead change something else, or you delete less of it and it works. But there's actually only one line within it all that was actually important. The rest of it's just honestly causing more of a mess. The original vibe coding before AI. That's what it is. Gotta break out for good incense and candles. Yeah. Rise of initializing for a Titan, it's really just turning it on, but with a ritual, yeah. I think that's the part of it, is that you don't know what part of a ritual is actually important. For a lot of these rituals, they know that they have to do the entire ritual to get it to work. And they know that there's probably certain steps they can do without. But it's like one of the things, I can't remember what it was for. I think it was like a Lehman Ross, where they didn't do the full ritual for it. And instead they just did part of it. And they're like, no, you shouldn't do that. It's like, it risks all sorts of stuff. And the basic thing is because you're basically missing out some of the important processes in doing this. So yeah, risk of it like it's the entire thing of doing like with older vehicles, you have to let them warm up before you start moving or whatever. Or before you have to like turn your in the code, you have to have your air conditioning on for a while before, because otherwise if you start driving too soon, you're going to have like your entire thing steam up. I think that's where a lot of the rituals come from, in which they know if they ignore them, something will go wrong, but they're not sure which bit. And it'd be hilarious if it is a bit like, do I have to wait for something to heat up? Or you just have to give it a few minutes before you start working with it? Like old computers, like whenever you start up an old computer, you have to give it a few minutes for the background processes to all, trigger and function and finish doing what they're wanting to do before you start actually working on the computer. Otherwise you risk it crashing or going slow, or one of these background processes failing and then it causing issues down the line. I imagine that's actually what a lot of the rituals are actually doing. They're just giving it time. But they don't know that they're giving it time, so they feel that the entire ritual of lighting incense, candles, singing a song and stuff is important. At least that's how I imagine it. And they know that if they skip that, things start breaking. But they didn't know that all it is just waiting. I also imagine some of it's like voice activation. Like by that time, especially with things like Titans, you've probably got enough things where you can speak to it and it will listen. So you need to speak your passwords to it, otherwise it won't work. But they don't know what part of a ritual is a password and what's not. Especially since they don't even understand half of the language that they speak anymore. You're back. Hi, back. I'm Cupcake. Yeah, I remember our old Windows 95 PC was a bit of a chugger after it started, but it worked fine after like 3 minutes after it booted up. Yay! Oh, and one of the things is, I think with one of it is like, do you know when you open up a computer, but you have to put, you boot it up in like the safe mode or whatever? And then you have to like run for window commands to get certain of, like the safe mode basically stops all of your a lot of your programs and background processes working. And to get them to run again, you sometimes have to open up the Windows, do no system command run thing and tell them to fire one at a time. So you can actually figure out what's wrong with your computer. I imagine maybe that's actually part of what's the issue is with some of the tech. They're booting up everything in like the safe mode or doing like a certain mode. Or without the full operating system function or something like that. And they have to put in commands to make it work, but they don't even know what it is anymore. So they just have to follow the step-by-step ritual. And then just sometimes they're like, which part of it actually, you know, was important? No idea. And then you just get some of the tech priests who are so dogmatic, does it even matter anymore? I imagine you probably do get tech priests and stuff, though, that aren't as dogmatic and have managed to work out what parts of the rituals are necessary and what aren't. But the dogmatic tech priests don't care about that. There we go. There we go, we finished. Okay, we did go over time a bit, but more terminators. I imagine not all of them are unique. I do try to like change what bits go on what bits and stuff to try making each one be not exactly the same as all the others. And switching and mixing heads up and stuff. Oh, yeah. So that's all of the assault terminators done. How many were there in the end? I think we built... We got 4 boxes, 40 of them. Yeah, we got 40 assault terminators. We built 10 with lightning claws. And... 5 and 30 with thunder hammers and shields. That's 2 squads of 10 and 2 squads of 5. Yeah. And we also built the Cataphracti as assault terminators, didn't we? With lightning claws. I'm planning to get the Cataphracti, the new Cataphracti eventually once they come out. I might not get them right away. I think I'll just wait until we can paint all these terminators. What does my computer do? I know that with my computer, sometimes when I load it up, I have to give it a couple of minutes. Well, maybe not a couple of minutes, but a few seconds before I start just instantly clicking on everything. Well, it depends if it's restarted. And why did it restart it? Like, if it rebooted because of a problem, sometimes you just have to give it a few seconds. But then you get, like, other issues. For instance, every so often, my SD card just stops working. Like, my second SD card that has all my big games on it. And a bunch of other software now on it. But restarting the computer doesn't fix the problem. And instead I have to turn it off, wait a few seconds, turn it back on. A restart isn't going to fix it. Every so often as well, the computer slows down and I have to do a restart, not turn it on or off. If I turn it on or off, it won't fix the problem. But if I do a restart, it does fix the problem. And it is like, especially when you don't really know a lot about computers like me, it is very ritualistic, some of the problem solving you have to do. I heard lightning claws. Lightning claws! Lightning claws! I got 20 lightning claws. 20 of them are the cataphract. 10 of them are the cataphracti. 10 of them are normal. These are types of assault terminators. And we got so many of these homing beacons now. What is it that I normally do with the lightning claws? Not lightning claws. Oh yeah, it's like when I was trying to fix the issue. Do you know, for quite a while, I had an issue where I was having to use PNGs because my model just was not working with any game all of a sudden. And I found out what that issue was eventually. But it was like very ritualistic having to go through all of these different functions and all sorts to try and get stuff working. Oh, I was like even like trying to get like ready for the stream. I think they fixed it now, whatever the issue was. But VTS Pog had this issue where if I opened it up at the same time as any other software, it stopped working. Like if I opened it up and then when it was doing it, like for the first few minutes, I opened up any other software at the same time, or pretty much did anything, there's a chance it would break. And I'd have to restart the entire, well, maybe not my entire computer, but I had to like turn it off, restart it again. But I have to like close it a certain way, otherwise it doesn't close properly. I mean, same goes like my entire setup at the moment. I have to like open each software in a particular order, otherwise I risk things breaking. And I have to like give a certain number of time between each one. Some I can open at the same time, some I can't. Some I have to open and click into immediately. It's like stream avatars. I have to, if I want stream avatars to work properly, I have to open it. It will likely open on the wrong screen, so I have to bring it to the correct monitor, this monitor, and only this monitor, otherwise it'll be scaled wrong. And then I have to open a thing and tell it to open on this monitor, even though it's already open on that monitor. And then it will be scaled correctly. And then I can start it. Otherwise the scale will be all wrong. And it's just so silly. One of my Xbox stopped connecting properly to the internet at some point. I could get it back online by performing a very specific sequence of game actions. It was wild. Yeah. Newer versions of Windows don't actually fully reset if you shut down, but does reset everything if you reboot. Yeah, that's the thing. And sometimes there's like sometimes apps, and especially Windows, would just decide, oh, you turned this setting off, I'm going to turn it back on, even though that setting completely destroys everything. So sometimes when you're having problems, you just have to like open up, look at this thing, see if that setting's on. Is it on? No, yes, okay, go through this. And like troubleshooting is such a ritualistic thing in a way, especially when you don't necessarily know what's causing a problem and why. Just knowing that if you click this specific button, it works. Oh, it's a bit like, do you know when you got a headphones that's broken? But you know that if you just twist the cable at a certain angle, it will work again. Oh, I've already just like start conflating all of these things together. Windows scaling has always been bad if you have different resolution displays and they don't seem close to fixing it. At the moment, it's honestly fine. It's mostly just what OBS does. It's mostly just the fact that it's like 3 different apps trying to communicate together. So that's the main issue. And it's trying to communicate across different screens and stuff. Cursor walk, about for cursor walk, about for total war. For Warhammer Total War, yeah. Oh gosh, that's so silly. I'm not even sure why Total War is the only game that it doesn't work with. It works with literally every other game, even Crusader Kings 3. But somehow, not Total Warhammer Total War. Yeah. I like these dudes. How big are they compared to a Von Ryan Leaper? Whack to the face. Whack to step. Armor too tough. 1-6. No! Don't these things get like 6 attacks each at strength 6, AP -1? And what are they? Damage 2 or damage 1? I think they're damage 1. 6 attacks. Hits and 2s. Oh gosh, that's 3 misses. Talk about for 1 in 6 chance. Wounds on 3s. 3 hits. Saves on 3+. 1 fail. It gets 3 attacks back. Hits on 3s, isn't it? It's not 2s. Oh my gosh, only 1. Terminators should hit on 2s. Actually, no. Is it? Oh no, it does. Does it hit on 2s now? I think it actually might. I need to check. I know they updated the rules for them. Vengeful Veterans. Go down here. Thunderhammer. I hit him freeze. Okay, that's only 1. And strength 8. Wounds on freeze. 1 wound. AP -2. Do they have 4+ invulnerable on Ryan's Leapus? I think they actually might have a 4+ invulnerable. Or is that just the... I know they got fights first. I think they have fights first. Oh, 6+ invulnerable. Okay, so they're down to a 6+ save either way. They failed. 2 damage. It's down to 1 wound. I don't think they do, since Marines it's a 3+3+ army, and even if they do hit on 2s in a melee, only Thunderhammers would be unwieldy, so they'd pick a -1 to hit. They have removed the unwieldy aspect of Thunderhammers now. They do hit on 3s instead of 2s. Oh, for strength 5, so they only wound on 4s. I thought for strength 6. But let's... Oh no, they have strength 6 within Synapse range. Let's check. Downloads, Warhammer 40k. If we go to faction packs, Space Marines. I could just search the Space Marines. It would make it so much easier. There we go. Right at the top. Down, down, down. Spear Point Task Force. Libellus Conclave. Forge Father Seekers. There's so many data sheets of Space Marines now, it's insane. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 3 attacks hitting on 3s. I heard you like detachments. I heard you like I like them more basic to the same one, just a little bit more powerful for certain.
Yo, bro, I heard you like detachments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got 4 wounds, so it'll be down to 3+. He'd be down to 3 wounds on that 1 attack. Then would Lictor of a leap will go again. Hits on 3s. Is it hitting on 3? It hits on 3s, not 2s. And we'll say it's within range, so it hits wounds on 3s. Okay, 3+ armor save. Passed. 3 attacks, hits on 3s. All three hit. Wound and freeze. Save and 6+. It's dead. It's dead. I mean, it should be dead. It's way... How many points are they now? 180 points for 5 guys. Compared to Von Ryan Leaper 70 points. Yeah. But thank you for coming to the stream today. It was nice of you to pop in and be with me and watch and like the stream and stuff. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We got 10 Terminators. That's a really good amount of Terminators built today. Despite how tired I am. Yeah! Big old hammer. Whack! But big heart to you. I'm not a cat. I'm a cupcake. I'm a cake of cup. I'm a Cupcake Conjuror. But big enough hearts to you all. Remember to have a good rest of your day. We're going to be building a venerable dreadnought tomorrow. I think it's going to be the small box knot. A box knot. It's like that big. I'm so excited. And depending on how quick it is to build, we'll get something else done too. We'll maybe build some more Terminators. Well, thanks for coming to the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember to work hard but play harder. Eat good food. Be kind to others. Wait. That was right. Take care of yourself. Be kind to others and vice versa. Eat good food. Sleep well. Dream of cupcakes, but don't eat the cupcakes and find that food. Goodbye, everyone. Yeah, and don't forget to like the stream. Whee! Ah! Silly blues. Love you all.